I feel pointed at.
Thanks, Bob. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the 5-day forecast.
Oh, God.
It's gonna rain.
It don't rain!
You see someone make a typo with the temperature. And we're going to see at night. Oh, fuck, that's 0 Kelvin. Everyone's dead.
Well, it's going to be 100 degrees Celsius here in Las Vegas, which means everybody has been incinerated.
100 Celsius today. Make sure you drink your water, because if you don't, it boils. That's a science lesson, kids. Be safe out there. Wear your sunscreen.
In fact, if you go outside, you will also boil. Like a packet of Capri Sun in a car in Tucson, Arizona. All right, everybody, we are live. We are doing it. We are back for another exciting episode of Arctis Ascended. Thank you all for being here. Hooray! Hooray, it's Monday. I hope everybody survived the week and had a good Super Bowl Sunday for whatever you did, if you watched the game or didn't watch the game.
That made chilly.
Sports. Sports ball. Sports ball occurred. And now that that's over, we can get back to the real sports. Hockey.
Oh, we're still waiting on 4 nations for that.
All of our nations are in
That's still a
it.
break.
Oh, all of them.
Well, Finland and the United States are both in it.
Ah.
Finland.
And the Sweden. And the Canada. Man, we need to get some good Finnish players on the Golden Knights. That's all I gotta say.
I do have to ask, with the team that originated with such a money ball move, what has happened?
Lose 4
Vegas?
games in a row, Wonka?
I mean, Vegas is still the number 4 team in the league, so...
Are they? Excuse me, I need to look this up for science.
I was just looking at it yesterday. It might be number 6, actually. We're in the top 10.
You are indeed number 5, actually.
There you go.
There you go. We were doing good, had a little bit of a losing streak, and hopefully with a little bit of copium, we will get back on track.
You're 9 off number 1? 9 points away? Not impossible?
I mean, Winnipeg also had like an unreal start to their season, so yeah.
Winnipeg is doing things that are impressive. I just really wish they didn't.
And it's great because I have Winnipeg's goalie on my fantasy hockey team.
Oh, there you go.
All right, sports fans. It's back to the real game, D&D. Who's on your fantasy D&D team? Why, for me, it's Grabella, Kozlo, Rain, C-Swab, and Wangdoodle.
Well, my fantasy team is definitely Azrael. Because
Hey, you can't do that. Azrael
it's a
can't be
fantasy
drafted.
team. I absolutely can't do that.
Shit.
Is that not literally what being a warlock is? Is just drafting some kind of extraplanar entity in your fantasy team?
Yeah, but Azrael's the
Or
one
Azrael
doing the
drafted
drafting.
all the creatures into his menagerie, like a Pokemon guy.
Mm-hmm. So many friends. Find my friends! Find my baskets! Alright, everybody. Welcome back. Glorious Monday. Post-sports ball.
Oh, my cabbages!
Good to see everybody in relatively high spirits of various spiriting. Aside for some minor migraines, let's push through it. Let's get back to the Gauntlet of Grief. We'll do a quick recap and get right into things. Previously, on Arctis Ascended. The final 2 primal fears are in front of you now. Death and mourning. The old Mephit, Mourning, has introduced you to the Gauntlet of Grief, where multiple challenges lay in wait. The first stage of grief, and all of its stages must be triumphed over in order to steel your minds against Vanix's mental assaults. The first stage of grief, denial, had you find the holes in your friends' memories, and by deducing what item didn't belong in a spread of things related to each NPC, you were able to deny their false reality and move on to the next stage. Stage 2 of the Gauntlet of Grief, anger, had you face the former guardian of Vicaris, the red dragon Slagheart, whose heart now lies with Rebella. After quelling the rage of Slagheart, you moved on to Stage 3, the bargaining stage, where a veiled negotiator stood in wait and offered you many, many interesting things on behalf of Vanix in order to sway you from your current goals. Now, you are currently in the 4th stage of the Gauntlet of Grief, depression, where the manifestations of Vanix's nightmares that he is tormenting your friends with have come to say hello, and you must clear your friends' minds before Vanix's evil, nightmarish claws take root. You are on the final stage, and the whispers in the back of Kozlo's mother's mind are telling him that he is just not good enough, that he's not truly a deserving part of the family, words that might resonate with other members of the party. But hopefully you can unscramble the thoughts of Kozlo's mother and move on to the final stage of the Gauntlet of Grief, acceptance, and whatever that may hold. Are you all ready to continue the Gauntlet of Grief? Can I get a yeah?
As long as there's no more slide puzzles. Actually, there can be more, just not for me.
maybe one for Rain, maybe for somebody else. All right. Let us move on back to depression, where it seems like Kozlo had figured it out, and we might move on to acceptance quicker than we thought. One moment, please. Here, in the empty, a subsection of the nightmare, anxieties and worries abound. Reflections of your families and the whispers of Vanix that have poisoned their minds have come alive to torment you in turn. And by unscrambling their thoughts and their anxieties and fears that they truly do not believe, you have given them peace of mind and have saved them from worry, stress, and additional anxieties. In front of you is Rosie Greenfinger, Kozlo's mother, who's whispered poisoned words into her son's mind. The last brain unscrambling sits in front of you. Each of these things have an origin and a relation. Or with depression, what is home if there's nothing to return to and no one to welcome you? I see your mom is not the answer here.
Shit.
So Kozlo is just like starting to scribble a bunch of things on this. And just kind of connecting one to the other. Oh, there's a way for me to actually just do it here. Okay, perfect.
Sea Swab, you're from the seas, right?
Yeah.
Right, where are you from? Is it this weird X one?
Yes, legally distinct.
What are you, some sort of dragon princess?
God damn it. Biggest mistake of Arctis was naming something too close to an existing property.
And what's great is it's a place we've never been. It has no bearing. You can name it literally anything.
And I was like, this is a great name. I'm going to remember it. And then I realized, I've seen maybe 2 seasons of The Dragon Prince. Like, I haven't finished it. And I totally
We haven't
forgot
watched
what the
the
zone is.
latest one,
Oh my god.
which we need to do because I'm getting spoiled on Pinterest of all places.
Oh no!
Rebella, where are you from?
I don't know.
Kozlo just kind of looks at her like, how
What?
do you not?
Probably
Yeah, I don't know.
Polaris Caverns, right? Isn't that where you call your home? Up in the mountains with your kobolds?
I mean, yeah. I don't know if this is like where I reawakened, or is this like where I was original? I don't know.
Well, you definitely don't come from Borealis. You definitely don't come from the Arctis Caverns, because
Yeah.
that's where Borealis
Yeah, I just
is.
got Wangdoodle and Sick left. Wangdoodle, where is your mom from? And also, where are you from?
I'm. You know what's? It's really not worth rehashing the point right now. She's from the Arctis Caverns. My paperwork and questionably legal tests I might have done while I was at the Artificer
Hey,
College.
there's only one left.
That's Borealis, yeah.
Cool. I drew a bunch of lines. And I'm gonna hope that it's not figuring out what to do with all the letters I just scribbled out. So,
I
I'm
figured it
assuming
out.
it's the ones that are, to the left.
oh Jesus. Okay, hold on.
CEASD.
Nah, do them in order.
What's the order?
Top to bottom, left to right, like you read. Well, you know how to read, don't you, Gravella? I've actually
Slightly.
never found out.
Wait, do you
Yeah.
know how to read Kozlo?
Kinda.
And he did
I-
say top to bottom, left to right.
I'm passable,
right, top
okay?
Anyway, I'm pretty sure this is what it says.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Kozlo has unlocked depression.
We did it. We said the name of the show, guys.
Hooray!
Nice.
Oh, now
Good
I
campaign!
Surprise!
Woo!
How is yours so much easier than mine?
Look!
He also had a week to think about it.
I had figured it out within 3 minutes of ending last week's session.
That doesn't disprove my point of it being easier than mine.
Oh my god. With the doorway open, Rosie shimmers out of existence. The bridge now leads to darkness. What could possibly be beyond? Your mind is unlocked, and the way is open. You may proceed.
Well, that was thoroughly depressing.
It's okay. It gets better from here, right?
The last doorway does not shimmer as it reflects the eternal, suffocating darkness of depression. It is just merely a blacker shade of black upon black on a sea of stars. You place your hand into the darkness.
I have a question. If you reach the edge of the universe and stick your hand out and extend it, is that still past the edge of the universe, or are you still in the universe?
Maybe you're creating a new universe. Yeah, I didn't see that one
Extending the
coming.
one that's currently there, because if you are simply part of the universe itself, if you extend beyond the edge of the universe, you are now the edge of the universe. So you can never truly extend beyond the edge of the universe, as you are the edge of the universe.
So there is no edge of the universe.
Correct. There's also no lifespan for photons, or so
Well-
I've been told.
Oh my god, you're letting the artificer speak about relative theoretical physics.
Or you stick your hand past the edge of the universe and it literally just disintegrates. That could be fun. Fuck you and your infinite universe theories.
You hit
Well,
the-
there's
you
one
hit
way
the
to find
border.
out.
You find the invisible wall. Confirm it's a simulation.
One moment, please. I have to apparently put your tokens on the map. Need to refresh stream view. One moment. Guess what? The game is private and I must log in to access it. Give me just a
Oh my
moment,
God.
friends.
Shock.pikachu.gif.
I know, right? I noticed when I opened the puzzle and some of the buttons on the side were like the little empty squares of doom. I was like, great, the perfect time for you to do this, right when I start the session.
I do just want to give a shout out to the whole crew for a second while we're reloading. It is 6:35 p.m. Pacific time, and we have accomplished something already. My fucking 5.
All right, hang on. Actually, according to my union agreement, we're actually going too fast. We're going to have to dial this back.
Is this overtime?
Unclear overtime. So it's like, yeah, you can do it, but we're not going to pay you for it.
No, it's a
It'll be
union
like-
contract. You get paid for the same amount of time regardless until you get to overtime. It's fine, Wayne Doodle.
Listen, I'm worried here. I don't want to hit exceeds on my
You're
review.
an unpaid intern
It's-
anyway.
Thanks for reminding me.
Your college credit will be there when you're finished, unless you die.
He
In
exceeds
which case,
expectations.
obviously, you don't get your college credit because you're dead.
I'm pretty certain there's at least
That
2
would-
people really hoping that I die in this excursion. And I'm pretty certain one of them's Slow.
Oh, Lou's hoping all of us die at all times.
I'm still on the fence about sick, if I'm honest.
How could Lou do this?
We just need to turn you
Well-
into an even bigger, cooler dragon than Sick. That's the ticket, Wang Doodle, or a really fucking cool space whale.
I'm okay with Space Whale.
Space whale, it is.
And then you find out that Lou can absolutely do this because he has tenure.
As you step into the darkness, the bright, sudden assault of light upon your eyes causes most of you to squint against the brightness. You see Mornet behind you, hovering, looking at you with a depressed but expectant look. The terrain around you is beautiful, frankly. Flourishing trees growing large seem to frame a small farmland cottage. Piles of wood can be seen to the north, a recently chopped down tree used for firewood. A large cabin sits to the west, with some stairs and a door. Directly to your west, being very welcoming. Kozlo, directly to your right, you can see a small mailbox. And on the little, below the little red flag that is currently pointing straight up, it just says, The Ascended. In this peaceful village, you also see a well and another small building to the north, just outside of the pile of firewood. All in all, you don't hear any sounds of fighting, no wails of torment from ghosts or spirits, no signs of nightmare, just a tranquil purple pond directly to the north. with some lazy-looking canoes bobbing around in the curiously colored water. Mornid gives you a nod of approval. Final stage of the Gauntlet of Grief. Accepting who you are, or who you might become, or denying the lies that Phoenix attempts to seed into you and your friends' minds. Find the truth, or succumb to grief. Mornet disappears, leaving you in this tranquil hillside cottage.
Kozlo will immediately open the mailbox and try to go through the Ascended's mail to see what sort of spam they're getting.
First off, you see a letter. It is addressed from Rain to Maginox. You open it.
I'll hand that one to Rain.
But apparently I wrote it, though.
Yeah, you know what it is?
Well, no, but you're a resident of Maginox, so I think you should open it.
Are you not a resident of Maginox?
Yes, but I wrote it to other people in Maginox.
Okay, fine, I'll open it.
So Kozlo will open it.
You're the chair of the Chamber of Commerce of Maginox.
It literally has your name on it. I know that was like the return address, but still, thought you might find that interesting. Apparently not.
No, not especially.
Return to sender.
Only just spam, okay, Your Highness?
It's actually just a pre-approved credit card application.
God damn it, Discover! I did not want to be pre-approved with a 6% APR!
That's pretty fucking good on a credit card. 6% on a fucking credit card? Holy shit, not in this economy.
Yeah, well.
The letter reads as follows. My esteemed subjects, it is I, Queen Rain of Arctis.
God, were you on something when you wrote this?
I hope so.
I have heard of your formal request to expand the lands of Maginox even further beyond. And for this I grant my full blessing, as Maginox has shown loyalty to the throne and a willingness to work with all peoples, regardless of location. Go with my blessing. With love and admiration, Queen Rain of Arctis.
Kinda seems like you were telling him to go conquer other places or something.
Yeah, no, that wasn't the bit the bit I didn't really like was the whole Queen of Arctis bit. That I'm not a fan of.
Oh, so you like became like in charge of everything, like an empress.
Apparently.
Well, yeah, you keep this. I don't want it.
Kozlo will shove it back to Rain.
And statistically, just with the fact that like Grabella exists and you have loyalty, that's effectively it's just a small army ready for deployment at any time. I'm just saying it's feasible, okay? That's all I'm saying is I'm saying it's feasible.
Oh, have you not seen our actual very large army that we have?
No, he hasn't.
Yeah, we got a bunch of dead guys we can make go do stuff.
Oh, that's right. Out of that pyramid that showed up out of nowhere, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you know, we never did finish checking to make sure, like, sewers weren't damaged or anything when that showed up.
It's probably fine.
Regarding the backlog of shit that is currently piling up in Maginox docks.
We haven't even like been there since it showed up.
Yeah.
We have that.
It's apparently just now like the Luxor. It's just got a light and that shoots up, tells you where
Turn it
Maginox
into a
is.
casino.
You're doing some blackjack in there, some craps. Perfect place for a casino, honestly.
Bringing it back in, what's his name? Who was like the patron for Azrael before Azrael became also a patron? I don't know.
And
Spaghetti.
Dennis, the
Dennis.
one that told you.
Azrael's first warlock.
Yes.
And Dennis is gonna be like just standing there in like a vest and a rolled up button shirt and just dealing cards as people walk up.
Yeah, I think Dennis is more of a valet type of guy.
True.
Yeah, and Dennis is just a shepherd of prophecy. He's probably parking horses somewhere.
Or giant mechanical scorpions.
This is just this big sign out front. It says parking $40.
Kozlo rolls up, tosses him the keys to his scorpion, and don't scratch it!
Peels out in the garage.
I want a scorpion peel out, just like
skitter.
Like, oh my god, scorpion drift.
All like Scooby-Doo style, legs spinning in the air, not going anywhere.
It's all about family.
How did we get to Vin Diesel?
Fast and
Vin
Furious.
Diesel wasn't even in Tokyo Drift.
Oh no.
Damn you for being accurate. But you gotta think of the franchise.
I guess technically he was in, like, I think he was in the post-credit scene for Tokyo Drift. But still, we don't count. Don't count it.
Hi. Vin Diesel, if you're listening, I know you like D&D.
We need you to come drift a scorpion.
Yeah, come drift a scorpion, please.
Unironically, I think leaving Morris behind to do civil engineering would have actually been the best use of his talents. And instead, we didn't keep him with us.
Look. As much as we shit all over Morris is like the only person keeping the fucking core of the Audacity from going critical at any moment.
It's 100% true.
That is his one and only functional job. He doesn't do it well, but the ship hasn't blown up yet, so...
Yeah.
We did scare him after the trip into the underwaters. That's for sure.
Well, yeah. You have to keep him on his toes, otherwise he gets complacent, and that's how things blow up. That's how you get a geothermic rift invested by fucking monsters.
It's fine, just like most, engineers, just ignore the problem or, turn it off and on again, and hopefully the slow will go away. Right, guys?
We actually installed a light switch not far from the field area where we researched the slow, and we told him that's how you fix it.
Yeah, just wiggle the light a little bit and jiggle the handle. You should hear a whoosh, a flushing sound, as the sewers of Maginox are currently backed up. Anyway,
How many other mail, or was that the only one, Kozlo?
Is there anything else in the mailbox?
There's nothing else in the mailbox. Except from...
There's nothing else in the mailbox.
Oh, well...
Just the letter.
Neat.
Just the letter.
So, Conquest it is, then. Should we see if there are any camp councils around this lovely summer camp-looking area, or if they've all been axe-murdered?
Is it gonna be one of those things where we walk around and then eventually we find a wall and it's actually like 200 years further on in the future, is it? No? No one got that reference? Okay, perfect.
An entrepreneurial type could actually be here and welcome us and give us a plot of land, but then tell us the market value, and then we just have to sell him stuff, pay him back. Actually, it's a good idea. I'm gonna write this down.
Anyone got any bells?
Any bells?
Yeah, just in case that happens to be the currency used here.
Oh.
Are you waiting for Tom Nook to jump out of the well? I've seen you've been adventuring for a long time. Do you want to settle down here for 300 million bells?
Look, let's be honest, Tom Nook absolutely lives in Borealis.
He does.
Somewhere.
Somewhere. He sold Akashima his house, and Akashima's paying off in 10, like, yearly installments.
Yep. Is there anything in any of these? That's literally just a woodshed.
Yeah.
Okay.
You find a
Hello?
woodshed.
Anyone here?
Neat.
There's a
Anyone here?
fenced off trapdoor over here. I don't know why
Oh.
you'd fence off a
Oh.
trapdoor.
Wangdoodle, you open the door as you knock and say, anyone there? You see the back of your own head huddled over a workbench. There are tons of little bits and pieces of artificery scattered everywhere, and you're very busy working on something. You can see your arm go up and down as you are working a wrench and tightening something. It makes a very mechanical and then pop! And you make a distressed sigh. I was asking to not be interrupted. Wangdoodle turns around to see Wangdoodle. Oh. I seem to have recreated some temporal displacement. Hello, me.
Hey, how you doing? Is that a custom 10mm socket?
Why,
I-
it
I-
absolutely is. Do you want to take a look at it?
I need to know if it actually fits the design I was thinking about.
Guaranteed it does. If you are actually my temporal twin, then, well, come here. I could use another hand.
And we never saw Wangdoodle again.
Wait, is there another Wangdoodle in there?
Yeah.
Oh my, you think there's another me here? Where is he?
I don't like
All
this.
the explosions. You'll find them.
Listen,
I don't like this at all.
come on in.
Yeah, everyone, let's go inside. I can't wait to see what I've done.
Rain has, well, kindly given me this little lab out here for me to continue working. You know, after our retirement. Oh,
I
you
wanted
look.
to come in, but I'm glued to the floor.
Oh, I see you look confused. It's fine. It's probably the temporal
Aside from
displacement.
there's temporal paralysis, number one. Small mistake here. I'm also trying to make sure I'm not, like, disintegrating or something, because I don't know exactly what's happening here.
We'll just have Rebella give you a little bit of a squeeze. Just make sure you're entirely physical.
Rebella, I'm gonna be honest. He said the R word, and I never really thought I'd get that far. I'm gonna be honest, the plans never went to retirement.
Are you
I
kidding?
thought you were saying squeeze. I was like, that doesn't start with an R.
It's not just that you retired. You, in fact, succeeded Lou. You fixed Borealis. You fixed the geothermic rift. And now you're a hero. In fact, we got a little bit of time off to work on some special projects, including a brand new fleet of airships.
Wait.
I was just working on an astral booster here.
Wangdoodle makes a note to consider that in the future, but then immediately sees something in the corner that looks strangely like his cannons, but modified to fit schematics he had been doodling for the last little while.
Oh.
Is that the goose of consequence? That's the goose of consequence, isn't it?
Well, after we retired, we had to, repurpose some of our parts, including some of the cannons. You know, life is peaceful out here. Don't
What do
worry,
you mean?
don't worry. We refactored them into the future Spelljammer. You do know what a Spelljammer is, right?
Yeah. That's not the part that consent. Are they still infused with slow?
Oh, no. Slow's gone. Everything is okie dokie, hunkery dokie, oakley day. In fact, everything's pretty good.
Okay, I have no idea how we get here. At this, Wangdoodle's like pulling out like loose sheets of paper out of his bag, like
flipping through them like they're supposed to have answers, and they're just schematics about how to infuse slow into fuel systems, propulsion systems, weapon systems. What I'm hearing me say, and what I'm thinking, this is hurting my brain, but I don't know how we get from here to there. I don't.
Listen, it's a long and potentially confusing story. Instead of having me explain it in extremely technical terms, you go talk to the crew. They're probably in the cabin, having a drink.
Okay, so this is going to seem kind of weird because you're not new here, but we're new here.
The temporal displacement fog in the brain it'll pass after a while.
Okay, are you talking the big thing, like, to my left? Or are you talking, like, the lesser big thing to my right?
Oh. The big thing to your left. That's not a very nice way to talk about Grabella.
Wow.
No, Grabella's the big thing to my right, though.
Listen, Wang Doodle, just keep on keeping on. And you'll deceive Lou. You'll conquer the slow. Make it go poof. And you'll discover some very, very interesting things just about how Arctis works.
Well, I'm not going to sit here and disagree with myself. That would just be crazy. Other than, me talking about myself as if myself exists as another person, even though it is another person I see right in front of me. That's not me, even though it's clearly me. And
It's okay.
She just pats him on the head.
I don't know how to process this information. Please hold me. Maybe don't actually do. Maybe I'm so confused.
She just pats him on the head gently.
Ah, young me, so full of unsurety. Don't worry, the path is clear. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Is anything but clear.
Oh, and by the way, you can address me as Grand Artificer Wang Doodle. That's my full title.
So we didn't go with the better than Lou.
That's the secondary title, the subsection, if you will.
Oh, okay. Okay, good. Because I always figured it was, it was easy to feed into like a motto, better than Lou, so I'm better than you.
He points to a sign on the inside of the door.
Okay, I feel more comfortable trusting myself after seeing that sign. Okay, good.
It says right here, better than Lou, better than you.
Okay, as soon as I'm clear of this temporal paralysis, I will close your door and we'll go to the cabin. I'll close my door? Our
door?
This is very strange.
It's a little weird.
It's a little strange.
But it's fine.
Okay.
All things will pass.
Yep, okay. Talk to me later.
You sure you don't need a spell jam component?
I most likely will. You know what? I can't move. Just throw it in my bag. Throw it in my bag.
Wait, you haven't had any desire to transcend this mortal plane yet? Yeah, he looks at his watch.
You probably don't remember. We've done a lot of transcending so far. I think we're okay with the transcension thing. But yeah, just toss it in the bag.
Young me, so easily overwhelmed. Well, this one's busted. I gotta get on fixing it. But listen, past me. How long ago was it? But may I not suggest using a combined resonance of a ascended plus a demon as a power source in the future? Catastrophic, unstable. Poor Morris.
Yeah, that's kind of why we got hired in the first place, was to figure out how to fix that. I know we kind of left that on the back burner of the back burner of the back burner of the back burner of the back burner at this point, but Morris is technically keeping that questionably stable.
No, Morris is technically dead. Oh, well, that's just the temporal haze talking.
It wouldn't surprise me, in all honesty. The fact he's not dead yet is a bit of a miracle, if we're honest.
We will just keep the reasoning behind his deadness between you and me and you and past me, future you, present me, and super past you.
Hi.
Oh, hey, Grabella.
I heard it too. But I'll forget, it's fine.
It's okay. This is totally we can work with this. We can. As soon as we can move again.
We can work with quite literally anything. In fact, this mortal plane is really bereft of any challenges so far. I'm just really craving to get into the astral. So much unseen. Much unknown. So many worlds untraveled.
While fully, like, Wangdoodle is 100% vibing with himself on the idea of exploring the astral. That's a hell yeah, brother, crack open a beer, let's do this moment. Also, very confused at how things have become so docile.
Well, now, if you'll excuse me. I need to get back to the ship component, or else Rain's gonna start crawling at my ass.
Yeah, there's no way Rain could possibly do that, and there's no iteration of Rain that's within earshot of hearing that. So I think you're totally safe.
I mean, she is the queen of Arctis, after all.
And that's like guaranteed, like in writing somewhere, with a definite start date.
Is anything done in writing these days?
Okay, fair point. Okay. No, yeah, that's definitely fine. Yeah, Queen Rain, I'll let you get back to your things.
Oh, thanks a lot. Ah, boy, young me's. You look very handsome and healthy.
I gotta say, I like how we progress through time. You make us, me, you, me, us look really good.
Thanks. You got a lot of growing up to do. He shuts the door.
Did my future self just make a height joke at myself?
You do look a little bit bigger than you. I wasn't gonna say anything, but you asked.
I mean, he did. Yeah, proud of that.
Maybe you eat one of my beans.
Just walks
I'm
out.
sorry, eat one of your what? I didn't think we were those kind of friends, Grabella. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I found the pooper.
You found the shitter. The
I
outhouse
love
is sparkling
there's
clean.
always a shitter on every map.
Also, other you isn't in there. I'm kind of surprised.
So, is this the big cabin we're supposed to go into over here?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's where the rest of us are.
Some of the fairy lights over one of the crates, and I'm like, oh, this is the quest item. Let me click on it.
Oh my god. I'm looking through the window and just flash on.
Grabella, as you look through the window, indeed, surrounding a table, everyone with their own drink of choice. You see Rain, Kozlo, yourself, and Seaswab, all sitting around, eating a bountiful meal and enjoying some drink. They're laughing, they're smiling, they're clinking cups together. Overall, the vibe seems immaculate.
We were pretty good at chilling. Or were, I don't know. Do we knock? How do we do this?
Was there another door?
Maybe. Looks like there's one on the other side.
Definitely don't see a door over here.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to knock or break in.
Hello?
Are you knocking?
I'm certainly trying to.
Knock, knock, knock.
Hey, C-Swab.
Yeah.
Maybe you can get their attention. They're not expecting me to be at the door anyway. I don't think.
Cedar's gonna just pound on the door, and you let out a giant squawk.
Somebody gets up. It's Rain. Yes, but who is it?
It's Sea Swab. He looks back at the group like, what? What's going on?
Is it now?
It's another sea swab, is what he should say.
I'm the good Sea Swab?
What? You don't know whether the other one's good or not either.
Why no? I'm not evil, so that probably makes him the evil Sea Swab.
Does he have a goatee? Or
You
an
see
eye patch?
Rain standing in front of you, but her garb is significantly different than what your Rain is wearing. She wears clothes that look like they are sewn from the light of the Aurora Borealis themselves. A gallant gown with long billowing sleeves, and it flows around her ankles like shimmering light. The crown of stars that normally surrounds Rain's head when she casts that particular spell is persistent and orbits her head like tiny little moons and stars. She gives you a quizzical, very typical Rain look and arches an eyebrow, looks back where she came from and back at you. I wasn't expecting company. And you're here to tell me that you're not the evil versions of ourselves that we should immediately put down?
I don't think so. We're from your past, apparently.
If you were from my past, then why don't I remember you?
You know, you have the opportunity to do something really funny if you do kill us, though.
And what's that?
Well, you would turn your Wangdoodle into a liar.
It's true. We just talked to him over at his little shed.
You know what? I'm actually convinced that you are just a temporal anomaly sent by Wangdoodle in one of his more recent experiments. Are you sure he didn't just pluck you from astral space? She reaches out with a single fingertip and pokes Sea Swab in the chest. Oh, you know, you're actually quite solid.
Yeah, we just wanted to talk. We're not here to do anything funky.
He looks at each of you in turn and thinks, shrugs, looks at herself. Well,
Really, you went with that gown? That's really a choice.
I think it's beautiful.
It's a little gauche, a little over the top, I think, but you know, whatever.
The people like it.
Us.
It's resplendent and it reminds them of Arctis. You know. Arctis?
Oh yes, please. Give us the queen off. I need this.
We're not just queens of a single city anymore. In fact, we are queen of the entire land of Arctis. So, we have to dress as such. It's important for someone of our status.
I was gonna say, this has to be the least exciting thing you've heard all day.
Everything is peaceful and quiet and perfect. We've accomplished all of our goals. Why do you all look so confused? If you're temporal anomalies from my past, then you should remember how you got here, no?
Do we tell them?
Well,
I guess.
let's not sit out here and talk in the open. Come on in. You seem harmless enough. And if you're not, I'll just banish you all to another plane of existence, preferably deep in the astral or the dreaming. Everyone, we have company. It's us. You hear Kozlo sigh. Ah, not again! Yeah.
Kozlo will immediately Spider-Man point at other Kozlo.
Spider-Man points back at you. Hey, it's me!
It's me!
It's me!
Hey, we're not dead!
No, we're quite alive!
Yeah, good job, us!
Good job, me!
Jesus Christ.
Also, future you looks like he's put on a few pounds.
We are eating good in the neighborhood. We are eating good. Go on, say it.
In the neighborhood!
Yeah! I was worried you lost your spark.
I mean, if I wasn't to lost it, then you wouldn't... Oh god, this is too complicated.
Doesn't matter. Come on, have a drink, have a seat. Sit.
You're all really chill about this.
Well, we've had weirder things happen than ourselves showing up on our doorstep. Mostly thanks to Wangdoodle and Kozlo, but we'll entertain this for the moment. And in fact, we don't want to create any sort of weird paradox if we happen to kill you and you're actually us from the past.
Yeah, that's what we were trying to decide if we should disclose or not, but I'm leaving that up to somebody smarter.
The dragon, excuse me, Grabella, sitting on a chair, just kind of is gripping one of the butter knives in a very threatening manner.
Hi.
Hey. How you
I'm not
doing?
gonna...
How you doing?
What?
You're not
I don't know.
You're not gonna do a violence, are you?
No, why would I hurt myself? That'd be weird.
Wouldn't be the first time.
You know what? That's fair.
Damn. Grabella's
just
got
trying-
Grabella dialed in.
I'm just trying to figure out what the heck's going on.
Well, at least for us, we ate the heart. You remember that, right?
Yeah.
And then we grew wings. You remember that, right?
Yeah.
Right. And then we became a full-fledged dragon. You remember that, right?
I haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm somewhere in between wings and like the heckin' dragon stage.
Oh, lots has happened. You might want to sit down.
Yep, I'm gonna do that on this barrel.
You pop a squat on the very comfortable bedroll. Oh, so nobody's gonna ask about me? Seaswab looks around and like shrugs. No? King of all the seas surrounding Arctis? Master of contracts? Knows where every bit of gold goes within Arctis? Huh?
That sounds about right.
They don't call me Pirate King Seaswab for no reason.
No. Wait, what am I
Bob's
called?
gonna be like staring intently at like himself, but also like the evil versions of everybody, and I'm calling them evil for now. I don't care. Because Seaswab would have been like the wherewithal to be like, the Mephit was in here with us, so like this is clearly a test, and he's just trying to like figure it out.
What are we called, other Gravella?
Oh, we're called the Dragon Empress. In fact,
Oh.
we're the queen of essentially all mortal dragons that live on the back of Arctis. We got Arctis's blessing,
and we became a full-fledged dragon. And then all the other dragons on Arctis, who are essentially Arctis's children, they, well, took the knee to us. And now all of the dragons, well, they follow our command. Huh. That sounds like a lot of
Rain.
responsibility.
Grabilla shrugs.
It's good eating, at the very least.
Yes. Rain downs another cup of wine. Grabilla has actually been quite paramount in upholding the relative peace of Arctis, with her commanding the dragon armies of the entire continent. Well, no one seems to want to lift a finger in defiance. Sea Swab over here has accomplished what many could not, uniting many of the undersea races, including mastering the Corinthian navy, and making sure that anything trying to come to Arctis over the seas is well documented. And in fact, fatalities over the seas have gone down significantly under his watchful eye.
Sorry, you said something about defiance. Who's defying anything?
Rain seems to ignore that question. And Kozlo here, well, also in tandem with Sea Swab, has created a massive business empire. And no bit of coin that passes through the hands of Arctis is missed by either the careful eye of Kozlo or the meticulous writings and contracting of Sea Swab. In fact, well, Kozlo keeps our coffers full and flush. And we're working on building something exceptional. Well, don't just stand there with your mouths agape. Have some food. We have cheese, we've got some wine. Sea Swab has ensured the freshest shipments of Xavian wine for us. And we even have eggs, despite their high prices.
Kozlo's just like already eating and drinking everything in like arm's reach.
Everything is delicious. The soft cheeses, you've never had anything quite like it. Just kind of the hard wheels of cheese that are fed to any normal commoner. The steaks are thick prime ribs, piled high. Au jus sits on the table. Grabella reaches forward, grabs another half pound of steak and plops it on her plate with the knife. Rain is alternating between small bites of meat and a copious helping of vegetables, which no one else seems to be touching. The two Sea Swabs, however, are side-eyeing each other with extreme prejudice. I don't trust you, says under his breath.
I don't trust you, evil Sea Swab.
I don't trust you even more, evil Sea Swab.
You're evil, you're a pirate.
I am the pirate king, in fact.
Yeah,
And address me
and
as
pirates
such.
are evil.
I'm a good pirate. I just control the flow of commerce. With an iron fist. And an unbreakable contract.
So what's
That doesn't
with
make
the
you a
rusty
pirate.
cabin? Oh, go ahead, Sea Swab.
Just saying. That just makes you a bureaucrat. That doesn't make you a pirate.
What are pirates if not convoluted bureaucrats that just only steal from each other to make themselves rich?
So the exact opposite of that.
Potato, potato.
Hey, you got any potatoes?
He passes you a big bowl of mashed potatoes. Here you go. They're fresh.
Oh no!
Sorry.
Was the bowl of fresh potatoes just too much to handle?
I do kind of want a bowl of potatoes now.
So, would all of you doppelgangers like to explain just exactly why you're here?
I think we're supposed to be accepting something, actually.
Accepting something. Well, our food is your food, which is also our food. So,
I don't think it's the food, but thank you.
All right.
What's the deal with the rustic cabin in the middle of the woods, though? Seems rather lowbrow for such high-titled individuals.
Oh, why, this is our summer cabin. We like to get away from everything every so often and reconnect. Our very busy lives, sometimes, well, we deserve a break. We like to get together. Besides, we have the bounty of the dreaming at our fingertips, and I could just, well... You remember that little trick I used to do, where we got tired, I would make this little bubble around us, and then you could sleep peacefully without any sort of distractions, Oh yes, and the Dreaming Tower. It's kind of the same thing, except all of this is quite real. Formed out of thoughts and imagination. But still mundane enough to not be alien. In fact, the rustic feel brings us all together a little bit and reminds us of our own mortality.
Neat.
I think so. Thank you, me.
So we're gonna get back to that whole defiance bit. Who's defying you all? Or who was defying you all?
Oh gosh, where do we begin?
How about let's start somewhere around the time... Oh, you dispose of the slow.
Oh, yes. Well, we disposed of the slow. We had slain Tiamat and all of the residents of the Nine Hells and brought peace onto Arctis and the rest of the planes by proxy. Your stunned silence speaks volumes.
No, I'm just trying to process at what point that any of that really became a problem.
Rain smiles enigmatically. Well, I can't give everything away, or you might diverge from your fated path. But
Oh, we wouldn't want that, would we?
she just glances down and gestures around.
Would
Look
hate to lose summer camp rain or whatever the fuck this is.
Look around you. Everything is peaceful. Everything is perfect. Why would you want to disrupt the natural state of things? This is what you've always wanted. Why can't you just accept it?
Well, where's the king, though? Sorry, Rain. I don't mean to presume on, your future or anything, but
Oh, that's a great question, Wangdoodle. Where is Aris?
Oh, Eris is still in Maginox. He's doing quite well. Sometimes I like to take some me time. You know, we have that very stubborn independent streak. The Queen of Arctis smiles at you. I can sense you're still a little hesitant about your eventual fate. Why did you not want to be hailed as heroes? Retire somewhere and live out the rest of your days in peace and serenity?
Just wondering who died and made you queen. Us queen, I suppose.
Oh. Well, Rain glances kind of sidelong at other Kozlo, Grabella, and Seaswab, and they all start fiddling with their silverware very awkwardly. Everybody can make me an insight check, please.
I'm so good at
I
that.
will do no such thing.
Oh god.
How many more of these do I have left?
Insight checks?
I'm flashing. That's what I'm doing.
Everybody looks shiny.
Also, I think I may need to reload. All of my icons are missing.
Ah, yes, please do.
Excuse me while I log in again.
Rain and C-Swab, do you want to make an insight check?
I did.
We both did.
Oh,
18
did
and
you?
a 20.
Oh, it's not showing up in
They did
my
well.
chat
The
log.
rest of us did not.
Yeah, I'm not seeing my own roll or Wang Doodle's roll.
Well, that means I'm
Wayne Doodles.
also going to reload. Haha!
I don't see Kozlo's.
Oh yeah, Sam.
Well, I rolled a 6, so just so you know.
I'm gonna...
There's a timeline where they all show up on stream. We're just not it.
Not this timeline.
Wibbledy wobbly timey wimey nonsense. Bringing you Arctis today.
Classic. What did the rest of you roll while I reload?
I
2.
rolled a 20.
A 20.
Rain got an 18. Wang Doodle
Yes.
got a 12.
With my flash, it'll be a 17.
Okay, for those of you that rolled 17 or higher, the other yous seem to be uneasy talking about what has transpired between your current now and your inevitable future. Well, heroics are not necessarily without sacrifice. But in the end, it brought most of Arctis together under a common banner.
Not entirely sure why you're being so cagey with yourselves.
They look at each other.
Are you saying you House Hamaki'd half of Arctis?
I don't believe, even if we made House Hamakiing a verb, I still don't think you used it correctly, but I respect the cut of your jib.
Well, to put it lightly, after we had gone into the Nine Hells, there was an incident. A
The slow
backdoor.
rift opened up.
The
Sorry,
slow was
backdoor incident.
The slow was certainly a partial cause of it. I believe in what you may remember. The slow was actively weakening the walls between worlds. And as we had pierced said walls to get into the Nine Hells, it turns out it was a two-way door. And there may or may not have been a small incursion that needed to be quelled. Unfortunately, some were lost in the process. But yours truly, and I do mean all of us, even Wang Doodle, he might be in his shed outside. Well, we put a stop to it. Put a stop to the Nine Hells, and now we're here. No more Tiamat. No more threats. No more demons. We've been quite busy, honestly.
Rain, do you mind if I... And he looks at both of the... Either one of you can answer. It doesn't matter to me. Do you mind if I borrow some floor space and some chalk? I gotta do some math.
Sure, here. Rain hands you some chalk.
Ah, wonderful. Okay, excuse me. Wang Doodle, wanders over here and starts writing out incredibly complex calculus expressions.
Out of curiosity, did you all have to go... Do you recall going to the ice library and being beset by a malort of mephits who demanded you go through trials and all that nonsense?
I forgot we made that a thing.
The ice library. Why, no, that's been lost to time for, well, since its destruction. In fact, that just merely doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, fascinating. Make sure you include that in your calculations, Wangdoodle. They are not, in fact, our future selves. They're alternate reality selves.
Evil alternate reality selves?
I think they might actually still be our... Alright, this is getting complicated. But unless I sneezed and accidentally wrote a 5 where I meant a 2, there's a possibility that they're telling the truth.
I don't think they're not telling the truth. They're just different versions, right?
Hang on, let me try something.
Kozlo, Grabella leans down real close into your ear and whispers,
I ate the heart of Arctis.
Jesus.
she winks at Kozlo.
Kozlo looks at what he's been chewing on, looks up at her,
Oh, I didn't cook that.
continues eating.
I could cook it. You want me to breathe on it a little bit for you?
No, this is fine. This is good.
She continues cutting out big pieces of her prime rib.
But if my math is right on this, I have to ask, is this still Arctis as it was known to the Ice Library? Or is this just a new land named Arctis?
It's a new land with new goals, new ideals, new everything. In fact, we get to reshape it in our image.
Well, that sounds awfully familiar all of a sudden.
Well, why is that? You didn't aspire for peace, but we have it. It just took a small amount of sacrifice.
I don't think it's the end goal that we differ on. It's more about how we get there, right?
Little bit of A, little bit of B.
I just remember somebody reiterating over and over and over again, shape the world how you want to see it. Over and fucking over again, like literally a week ago. Or it felt like a week ago.
Interesting. Your timelines seem different.
I'm sorry, Kozlo, what did the mailbox say outside?
I mean, the mailbox just said ascended on it.
Over the link, Ryan will just broadcast to you guys. I think this is what we would look like if we had taken the bargain. Bargain offered by the bargainy bargain guy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mathematically, that checks out. The theory I had, the theory that the numbers at least pointed to me was, well, you know, the rift that got created is, they say the slow's no more because we left it.
Yeah. I don't know what we're supposed to do with that information, though. Like, you know, this is all about acceptance of our fate. Well, I'm not really keen on accepting anything about this fate. This isn't our fate. This isn't our destiny. We chose differently already.
Other Rain leans over to other Kozlo. I think they're doing the mind thing that we used to do all the time.
Yeah.
Kozlo, like, squints and thinks real hard.
I'm thinking real hard. Thinking real hard at you, Rain.
Oh, God. We didn't start thinking at some point, did we?
Eventually, we started having some thoughts.
Gross.
Yeah. Still makes me uncomfortable to think about. Ow! I was thinking again.
Stop it.
You stop it.
You stop it.
I haven't had to think since you showed up. I just want to go back to not thinking. Yeah, pass the butter.
Kozlo will pass the butter to Kozlo.
Thank you, me.
No problem, me.
You're looking very handsome today, me.
Like most days, yep.
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 Yeppers.
Yep.
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 Yep. Will you two stop yepping?
Yep.
We are.
Yep. Yep.
We're one can open away from. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I tell you what.
If there was 3 of us, we could sit on a log and name a beer.
Oh, why do we need 3 of us?
Well, 'cause beers have 3 names.
Oh, can we just make a beer with 2 names? Like Michelob Ultra.
I'd
No.
love me a muck light.
Oh my god.
A Macomulum Aluminum.
Bless you.
Thank you. So, Queen Rain just kind of gestures. Are you not satisfied with the outcome? You have power, peace, love, friends, everything you could possibly need. Every thought, everything you could create or imagine at your fingertips. Though you cannot think or create new friends or life, that has to be done the manual way, of course, but all of these things on Arctis that you so desperately tried to control and ensure their safety, well, you've done it. You have a placid and willing throng of people who adore you as you've brought safety to the continent. Congratulations. I see you're reticent.
I'm sorry, this sounds really boring.
Well, that's why Wagdoodle over in his little lab is working on something very exciting.
Yeah, I'm.
Do you... Past Kozlo,
What?
or excuse me, past Wagdoodle, you know what a spelljammer is?
You know, I was very. The royal we were talking about that quite a bit. Yeah, you're talking about a for lack of a better term, a starfaring vessel for the astral plane, yeah?
Exactly. So our
Yeah.
next goal, after we take this lovely little vacation and Wangdoodle finishes up the various power sources and interdimensional protections that we may need, is to traverse the cosmos as Arctis once did, and potentially bring in a new golden age to wherever we find. We can liberate other planets that are full of strife and pain, and become heroes there too. Arctis here is safe. Its people happy. And we have a
Wayne
whole
Doodle starts to
cosmos.
squint in focus, and you get the math formulas just flying in front of his eyes.
Wait. Hang on a second. Look, I'm sorry if I'm stepping out of line here, Your Highness. Sorry, Rain. But if everything is placid and normal and safe and fine here, then why would you ever need to spread yourself into the danger of the astral plane. And if danger is what you want, then there's no reason that you couldn't create danger to be simulated here, because then you would get the same thrill about it. Something about what you're saying is starting to make me think that this is not exactly what you're trying to sell us. I don't want to call you a liar. The evidence is overwhelming.
Simulations are just that. They're not real. They're not people with real memories and real experiences, and, well, from what we have learned of the cosmos, there are many worlds out there. Many worlds full of strife and dangers. And we, heroes all, can really make a difference, as we have on Arctis.
Right, the Arctis you ran away from.
The Arctis that... He trails off. You hear Gerbella, I ate his heart!
Why do we do that so much?
I'm sorry, you ate whose heart?
Oh, the Queen of Arctis shoots Gerbella a very dirty look. Gerbella?
Yeah?
We are not supposed to speak of that.
Oh.
No. We're all amongst friends here. We'd love to hear what you were talking about, Gerbella. Pay her no mind.
She ate the dragon, the big ones that we were trying to fix heart. She said it earlier.
Oh yeah, I assumed Rain had not heard it though, because she was like whispering it to Kozlo.
Yeah, she whispered it to Kozlo, yeah.
I'm making her fucking say it.
Oh,
She ate Arctis's heart. It seems kind of bad.
Oh. Well, that's neat. And novel.
What Gerbella really means is that Arctis was dying anyway. There wasn't anything we could do to stop it. And so, instead of letting all of that precious power and essence go to waste, Gerbella just did what she does best. And, well, a couple weeks of dragon heart eating later, all of the dragons, seem to be subservient to her. How convenient. Rain smiles.
Right. And where did your power come from?
Mine. My own.
No, it's not.
My power stems from the bounty of the dreaming. Don't you remember? Of course,
No,
you and
it
Eris
doesn't.
share bonds to the dreaming. Alara taught you more about the deeper realms of the dreaming, including the nightmare. And
There we have it.
you finally managed to conquer both of them. And the limitless powers of imagination are now at your fingertips. Whatever you think of, you could make reality, other fae be damned.
Ah, there we go. I knew I didn't like you.
Did I say something
Like
wrong?
I said, evil alternate universe.
Well,
You're the evil
for
one.
what? For one, I don't need somebody else's power. It's not something I aspire to. You, however, got it wrong at some point along the way.
Kozlo will look over at other Kozlo and just be like,
I don't know. He seems kind of fine.
Other Kozlo looks at you.
I don't pay taxes.
C-Swab's gonna look at evil C-Swab and go, even if I was evil, the point is still irrelevant, because if I'm evil, I'm gonna destroy you anyway, because as an evil person, it's in my nature to destroy the good. But if I'm good and you're evil, then I still have to defeat you because you're evil. Also, it kind of sounds like all your powers come from the guy we're going to be killing shortly. So...
Well, actually, all of my powers are storm-derived. In fact, I have so much power that I could control all of the weather of Arctis, making it not an actually snowy hellscape, and actually making it, well, livable. I command the storms, the snow, the lightning, every bit of wind that passes over your feathers. Are you not impressed? What, a ship can't move without wind? Who do you think ensures that the ships get to and from? Me. Me. They pray to me.
What about ships that run off of artificer engines?
Well, then that's Wangdoodle's thing. I don't have to worry about that. But if they don't pay their taxes, then I hit them with the lightning bolt. Boom!
That seems rather extreme.
What? You don't want order? You don't want meticulously signed contracts penned in blood?
And in what?
No, actually, no. It's not what any of us want.
What? Why would you just go with normal contracts? We have Azrael. Come on, put 2 and 2 together. Powerful demigod, contract signed in blood. Yeah, it's binding.
Yeah, you're all fucking devils. I don't know that actually you guys did get out of the hells, now come to think of it.
They all look at each other. There is no 9 hells anymore, Rain. There's peace. There is control. You sure this isn't what you wanted? Even look at Kozlo. Every business that exists on Arctis he knows about. And he doesn't pay taxes, sure, but he makes sure that there are people coming through the doors every day. And without Seaswab, we would have no flow of goods or commerce. And, well, we would have a bunch of pirates still roaming the seas. If somebody crosses one of Seaswab's special contracts, they bring the doom upon themselves. And, well,
No,
Bella has
okay.
an entire army of dragons to enforce our every will.
Time out, you said something really interesting at the start of that the 9 hells no longer exist. But it does. You do see that, right? You just remade it.
Don't be ridiculous. The 9 hells is destroyed.
Yes, sure, maybe it is. I'll take you at your word on that. But then you came here and made the exact thing it was again.
But there is no suffering. Just order.
You don't think people getting lightning bolted for not paying their taxes don't suffer, really? Have you gotten that soft in the head?
I'm not soft in the head, it's just a necessity.
Yeah, it's called doing business.
Kozlo, is that how you do business? Talking to my Kozlo.
I mean, I do try to not pay taxes.
Yeah, we love not paying taxes.
So why don't you get lightning bolted then?
Oh, well, Kozlo's put in a lot of work. He gets a pass.
Oh, right. So, you're special. Because
Yeah.
you say so.
We're special. You're special, Kozlo. You're a special little man.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Grabella's special too. She can't die. Yep.
Wait, I'm a reborn and I can't die? I
Well-
guess that's one way to solve that problem.
No, you just keep coming back. Maybe a little weirder each time, but you keep coming back. Yeah. I don't remember a lot of this.
Poor Grabella.
But hey, tell me, I'm a hero. Tell me I had a girlfriend once. I don't remember her though. Nope. Hope she's okay.
Gabella frowns at this.
Well, I'm not really sure what we're supposed to be accepting here. I'm not really keen on accepting this potential for our future.
Well
I
then,
don't think it is our future. I think it's just our future if we like made all the wrong decisions.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think you're right, C-Swab. I think we're already not on track to hit this future, though.
there is a sound of the door opening and other Wangdoodle comes in.
Nope. Whoop. Yep. Got it working. Got it working. Multi-dimensional power transmitter slash ship booster slash
He clams up for a moment.
Operation Rat is complete.
Rain is currently stabbing some of the meat on her plate with a fork repeatedly. We probably should not talk about Operation Rat right now.
I think that now's a perfect time to talk about Operation Rat.
Yeah, I'm happy to share my absolute genius with everybody. In fact, after we went into the Nine Hells and destroyed Tiamat, we had a full idea of understanding how resonance works. You know what resonance is, right? You found those sparkly little gems that were full of Arctis's goodness that seemed to, like, sing and hum when you picked them up. You remember that, right? Little chunks of crystal power. Just nod and smile. Yeah. Yep. Other Wangdoodle, just nod and smile.
See,
Well.
as he nods, he looks at his Rain and goes, you know, I can see a point about how ethics could be a good thing, but I think as we listen to this, you're going to be really glad that I still didn't do that course.
Well, after we fully understood resonance and separated the Ascended from the demon in the airship, well, we figured that resonance was just the sound the soul makes. And, like music, it could be captured and played back and shared and utilized in different... Okay, well, not really anything like music. But we may have put Tiamat's essence into a nice little crystal.
Did you make a synthesizer that generates Tiamat essence?
It is a replicant, for one. But understanding resonance allowed us to identify the unique wavelengths that Tiamat existed at, and utilizing those wavelengths as a sort of power source. You've heard of other different things making waves of energy, right, Wangdoodle?
All right, I was on board with the multiverse theory, but now that we're a synthwave prog rock band, hang on a second.
Well, you see, everything flows in waves. Sound, light, all of these things comes and goes like water. But turns out all of these waves and wavelengths also exists in the soul. And each of those, anything that has a soul is essentially a power source. We're getting into the nitty-gritty right here, but hear me out. So after you defeat Tiamat, you just stick her resonance in a crystal and boom, bada bing, bada boom. Cosmic power. Right at your fingertips.
Itty bitty living space.
Itty bitty living space. Yeah, but she's not really living. She's definitely just stuck in a crystal. Wait.
So you ate Arctis's heart, and you shoved Tiamat into a fuel cell.
Yep.
I mean, he looks nervously at Rain, who just rolls her eyes in exasperation.
Yep.
push come to shove, if you were gonna use Soulcraft for something, yeah, I'm not saying it's a good practice.
Oh, no.
You had to use it.
We rebranded. We don't call it Soulcraft anymore. We call it Operation Rat. Rapid action. Wait, hold on. Reductive active. Reduced action Tiamat. Yeah, there's a lot of acronyms that we made up from it, but the T stands for Tiamat, and the R stands for residence in general.
Wayne Doodle, when we get back, I am sending you to remedial ethics courses.
But we don't call it Soulcraft anymore. We just call it repurposing. Active repurposing Tiamat.
Right, of course, because it was the branding that was the problem.
Of course. Most of the things are, if you just call it something different, it means something totally different to somebody. Some people call it murder, I call it vengeance. It's in a different light.
Mr. Grand Artificer Wang Doodle.
Yeah.
What did you end up getting your degree in? Did you get an MBA? Is that what you ended up getting?
I went to community college. I'm self-taught.
You know, I'm now disappointed in myself a little bit. We could do better than this.
What do you mean? In fact, the art of ratting has, well, revolutionized the face of Arctis.
You're not going to sell me on the art of the rat deal just because you sat here and decided to make something new and call it by the old name. This is not the Coke we said we wanted. This is new Coke.
We don't have Coke here. We serve Pepsi.
You had Coke and then you ran away from Coke.
Definitely the evil universe.
Well, we may have made a very profitable side business on the art of actively repurposing the soul resonation of the dearly departed.
Jesus.
What? Listen, picture this.
We're funeral scabs.
Oh my god.
Somebody real close to you dies, right? And instead of putting them in a little urn to put on your mantle so you can remember them always, you put them in a crystal, and then they power your house. And
Wait.
Yes.
Did they invent turning their dead loved ones into diamonds, but with extra evil inside?
Yes. So
Amazing.
you can never actually be apart from your loved ones and your friends and family. See, it's all about the branding. Your house can be entirely warmed. You don't have to worry about any sort of inclement climate. You can have a significant draw of power from your fingertips, just because, with the cessation of the ley lines of Arctis, an entirely alternate power source needed to be created.
No,
and
I
sold.
don't want to leave my mother-in-law in charge of the climate control. This does not sound like a sound idea.
If you don't want her to control the temperature of the house, just put a little tape over it.
None of this
little
sounds...
boxes, it's got the key on it. Put that over the thermostat.
Listen, if your thermostat starts screaming, you just bang on it a little bit. Fine, it's normal.
Oh.
You're right.
Your
So
spirit is real and it's your relative.
because Arctis wasn't doing too hot, we don't with the whole slow thing and all, and with Arctis's passing, we decided not to let all that juicy power go to waste. Most of it went into Grabella as she was, doing Grabella things, and alternately, we figured out what Arctis's resonance was.
Wait, hang on. Sick wouldn't have just let the ley lines just kind of go. What? No, I'm going into territory that I really don't want the answer for. I really don't.
I don't think you do.
Wangdoodle's looking at the math on the floor, and relating that to the card. Nope. No. I know the answer will be truthful, and I know it'll provide us insight. But it's one of those things where if I ask the question, I'm not going to like the outcome no matter what you say.
Well, I'll tell you what the outcome is if you really want.
But I really don't. That's why I'm not asking. I have a pretty good idea, but I'm not going to ask.
I put her in a crystal.
Of all the outcomes, that's... Just tell me she wasn't the first crystal.
Oh, no. No, not by any means.
Okay, who was the first crystal?
Wangdoodle. Everybody kind of looks at each other and thinks.
Who
Remember?
was the proof of concept?
Well, technically, the first one was sitting on the Audacity. I mean, that gave me the inspiration and the know-how to even devise what resonance was.
And you never got Lucaris out.
Oh, we got him out. We just put him in a different one. Oh, he was the first one. But I guess he was also the first one. But, I mean, he was trying to ascend after that, and then he got, kind of stuck in a debugging loop. Because, where there's no Arctis, there's no Ascended, so you can't really go anywhere if Arctis isn't around, so what did the Ascended do? And instead of being projected into the eternal depth of the astral, we decided to just put him in a crystal. Repurposing. Recycling. Yeah, that's good branding.
You just put him into a smaller place.
They'd have no concept of space.
Do they not?
Wangdoodle shrugs.
No,
know what? I take back-
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There's no way that I could be getting in the title of Grand Artificer and pull that kind of rookie maneuver. There are documented case studies upon case studies about the volumetrics in the bag of holding, and we know that the space actually matters. Don't you dare come at me and think that I'm going to be some kind of Luddite who doesn't know anything. I am better than Morris, and you know that I know that.
Listen, by that scientific theory, then you would say that a large dragon would have more meaningful purpose on this world than, say, a small kobold. And that would be
Wangdoodle.
thinking like Sixik.
Wangdoodle, I take back what I said. I think you suffering through this is your remedial ethics course.
I can't believe that this sham is what I become.
But
this has to be the evil
No,
timeline.
no.
This is terrible.
Lucaris didn't have a body. Where was he supposed to go?
No. No. Again, my apologies, Queen Rain. All right. No.
Maybe?
You can't say that when there's a whole golemology department. We know that you can infuse sentient power into golems. You can't tell me that there was no place for him to go.
Yes, but if you look at the numbers and actually run them, utilizing the soul as a potential power source makes it run not only stronger, but longer.
Okay, time out. 1 second. Wangdoodle, this isn't your future. This isn't any of our futures. This isn't an alternate... This isn't even an alternate possible universe. I guess it could be an alternate universe, but all this is...
Mathematically possible, yeah.
All this is the nightmare showing us something that we hate. That's what this is. This is Vanix's best attempt to create a facsimile that we think is going to be eerily similar. And I think it did a fairly good job. But I would never fucking wear that dress.
I don't know why I became so complacent. Because he forgot one very simple thing. As long as I exist, the slow does too.
Well, now that you mention it, I mean, the slow, we say it's gone, yes, but not accessible to the general public.
Did you not tell the queen that you still have a private store?
No.
Did you not tell the queen?
No, I didn't tell her.
No, you didn't tell me.
Yeah.
You scamp.
You.
scamp.
No, you.
Hang on, actually, Wangdoodle, that's a fascinating idea. Queen Rain, or whatever. You said this is all in the dreaming, right?
Well, no, technically the energy utilized and the imaginative basis of it was based in the dreaming, but I can pull thoughts from the dreaming and make them reality.
Oh, so there's a fair amount of arcane power flowing through this area.
A lot. A lot.
Yeah.
A lot. It just looks
Probably that-
mundane.
Probably that weird glowing lake out back, I would suspect.
It's got a certain beauty to it when you look at it, doesn't it?
Uh-huh. My Wangdoodle,
Yeah.
are you thinking what I'm thinking?
If I can hear what you're thinking, then I'm thinking what you're thinking.
Oh, introduction of a foreign element into an otherwise closed arcane power flow system?
With absolutely volatile propagation rules? Yeah. I'm with you.
I think we should make that happen. That might be fun.
Yeah, sure. What's the worst that could happen?
What's
They are
the
calling
worst
this
that
place
could happen?
Arctis, by the way. They are calling
Obviously,
it Arctis.
this is the worst that could happen.
I respect that point of view.
Maybe not the worst, but it's pretty low on the list.
Yeah, it is pretty terrible. It is. All right, so
But we have such a good thing going.
Oh yeah, it's a great thing. Everything's perfect, lovely, awesome. Yep.
Yeah, we don't have anybody just hampering wildly, tapping into some random Rudy ley line crossing through Arctis. We can control the flow of power and commerce.
But you
Yeah,
never
which is
figured
good.
out how to control the slow, is what you're saying. Not really. You just got rid of the source.
We just did a little consolidation. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Putting it in a nice little containment. Secreted away from everybody, except me. Wangdoodle.
Secret away. Would it happen to be in that, like, weirdly fenced off trap door over there?
No! Oh no. No, it's not anywhere around here. There's so much of it. It's just oodles and gallons and gobbles of it. It wouldn't even fit here. Probably wouldn't even fit in the dreaming.
You wouldn't mind if we just went down there. I know I wouldn't mind.
What, to the little hatch outside? It's just food storage.
Oh. But Wangdoodle, you mentioned though that you always have some on you, right?
Yeah. Well, the flamethrower unit has to use slow. Plus, I'm certain that if I sat down and thought about how wonderful it would be to have a 10 to 12 ounce jar, like mason jar style, full of slow, it wouldn't be too hard for that to just kind of materialize, right?
The other rain just sighs. You understand that we are fully realized, idealized versions of yourself. There's no possible way you could best us in a battle of might.
Well, let's be honest.
I ate a
Your
dragon
nightmare
heart!
You're a nightmare facsimile of what somebody thinks an actualized version of us would be. So don't give yourself too much credit.
An evil version.
I think you're more of just the ghosts of our past come to haunt us for our various sins.
We're not your past. You didn't even go to the ice library.
There is no ice library, idiot.
Actually, that's where we are right now. That's where you are right now.
Oh.
Preposterous. We have lived full lives, seen the fall of the Nine Hells, the trapping of Tiamat,
death of Arctis.
Those are just memories that were implanted in you by somebody else.
Honestly,
had a
those are like
similar
our greatest
experience
hits, to be fair. Like, do you have any lesser-known discography to share?
I don't pay taxes!
Good job, buddy.
Yeah, I'd love tax evasion.
Okay, fine. You're the 1%. Whoop-de-doo. Good for you. Now,
Hey, Pirate King C-Swab, how come Kozlo commits tax evasion? I thought your contracts were rock solid.
Well, actually, when you're at the top, you don't need to pay taxes. Everyone pays taxes to you. That's how it works.
So then it's not tax evasion.
Technically not. Good.
So then why is he saying he's committing tax evasion if he's not doing that?
Well, who would he pay taxes to? Rain? Who would then give it back to Kozlo?
Why would he give back taxes?
I don't know. I assume he likes money.
What do you mean you don't know? You don't know how taxes work?
Yes, the people pay a tax in order for services like smooth winds and not shot from the sky with a lightning bolt ships. That's what the taxes pay for.
But Kozlo doesn't pay taxes.
He's got an empire to run. He's way too busy for that.
this is sounding like corruption a little bit.
There is no corruption here.
Yeah, corruption's something an evil version of us would do.
You make it sound like we're treating our people with cruelty. We're not. There's just laws that are in place that must be followed. And the strong must watch over the weak.
Who are the laws enacted on if it's not each other?
Why, everyone else. Arctis will persist even after his untimely death. We gave the residents of Arctis an alternate power source when the ley lines shriveled up. We gave Arctis a semblance of freedom, and they don't understand that the land underneath them is dead. They just know that their houses are warm and their bellies are full.
Can you provide proof of these others whomst you've speaken?
I
know what I said. I'm sticking with it.
Hoomst!
Hoomst.
Hoomst, there it is!
Of
Oh my
course.
god.
Of course we can. You just need to accept that this is your eventual fate, and we can show you everything.
What was that letter addressed to that was out in that mailbox?
Just Maginax. Like everyone.
Right, so if it was in the mailbox there, then it was being delivered to here, which would mean this is Maginox, but the only people here, you, us, we?
No, I think it was in the mailbox to be sent to Maginox. Like, the mail carrier is supposed to come pick it up. That's why the flag was up.
Yes, that's how
the flag was
mailboxes
up?
work.
Yeah.
I missed that the flag was up.
No, it's fine.
Okay,
Whenever
my
you
mistake.
send out
My
spam
mistake.
like that, you gotta send one to yourself to make sure that it worked.
Make sure you didn't accidentally reply all.
I was very clear that this cottage does exist within the material plane. It's just cozy to our liking.
I get it. We all went insane, and this is their shared delusion.
I accept that this is certainly one possible direction that things could play out. Although, admittedly, a rather disappointing one.
Very disappointing.
But this is not our fate. And no amount of method trickery or nightmare nonsense is going to make me believe otherwise.
Well, if this is actually a nightmare, like you are proposing, then why don't you just simply wake up? You are a master of the dream, are you not?
I don't think this particular nightmare works that way, although I have admittedly tried very hard not to try that. Feels
Right.
a little bit like invalidating the journey, don't you think?
Rain smiles. Well,
See,
then
Swab.
you just might have to accept it. Accept
No, I
that
don't.
we are your future. And as I said, you can't beat us in combat. We are far too powerful, far too experienced for that. And besides, together as a team, we are quite literally unstoppable. So the best thing that you could possibly do is either go disapparate and return to from whence you came, or just merely admit that this is your destiny.
Wait, you can disapparate in this area, but you guys still send mail normally?
She's the
I
one
think
who
she's
keeps
referring
saying
to the
this is a
degree.
nightmare, while I am continuing to insist that this is quite real.
C-Swab, can you do me a favor? You have your monocle, right?
Always.
What they look like to you through the monocle?
C-Swab will pull his monocle out of his little front breast pocket and hold it up to his eye and get right in evil C-Swab's face.
Because they didn't go to the ice library, so they don't have a fucking monocle.
They do not.
Wow. Why are you getting so close?
Just taking a little peek-see peeks.
C-Swab, what you see is not the physical form of yourself, but it is a swirling mess of colors, purples and stars. It's vaguely C-Swab shaped, but it looks like he is just made of the stuff of nightmares. He's just a swirling, humanoid-looking body of stars and darkness.
This isn't me, this is 10,000 ants.
What? Who are you calling ants? We're exactly the same height.
It's literally and figuratively and metaphysically a cosmetic nightmare.
Rain, can I just lightning bolt this other C-Swab? He's really getting on my nerves.
No, that would destroy the cabin.
Can a being made out of pure light and nightmare lightning bolt?
I am not the one made out of nightmare. You definitely are.
Lightning bolt me then.
He, squints his eyes.
No, I will listen to my queen. You don't own me.
Sure I do. We're the same person, so in a way I do own you. Lightning bolt me.
No, how about instead you just prove that you're smarter than me?
No, lightning bolt me.
No.
Yeah,
You're
because you
smarter than
can't.
me.
Because you can't. I'm smarter than you because you can't lightning bolt.
That's absolutely ridiculous. Of course I can lightning bolt. I don't want to destroy
Kozlo.
the entire
Hey,
cabin.
Kozlo.
We're
Hey,
under
evil-
a roof!
He points
Evil
up.
Kozlo.
Roof!
Evil Kozlo. Evil Kozlo. Throw a grenade at me.
You got a point there, Kozlo can never resist.
Evil Kozlo, throw a grenade at me.
Don't throw a grenade at him, Kozlo. You're going to cause untold damage.
Sorry,
Yeah, Kozlo.
evil C-Swab, but I've gotta keep him under wraps.
Steve Swab's gonna look at Kozlo like, really, bro? This is your boy?
They just
Kozlo is
exchanged.
stunned in silence of disbelief.
Well, if you're so powerful and full of it, why don't you lightning bolt me and watch it disapparate onto the wind? Come on, we can even take it outside.
Steve Swab's gonna look at his rain and go, can I lightning bolt these guys?
I mean, maybe not like a lightning bolt, but sure. If you have something. Oh, you have that wand I gave you, right?
Yeah.
Fine. We'll go prove that I am the perfect, undaunted, ideal version of myself. And when he fails, you'll have to admit that I was right.
Oh, wait a minute. Are they I'm confused. Are you going out there to lightning bolt my sea swab, or are you going out there to be lightning bolted by my sea swab?
He's
Or are you
going to
do
because
like
he
a
can't
quick
cast
draw?
lightning bolt.
Or are you going to do like a quick draw lightning bolt situation where you both try to lightning bolt each other?
No,
That could be fun.
No, he won't stop talking about how he wants to lightning bolt me, so I'm gonna let him do it. And I'm gonna show him perfect mastery over the storm. And then this stupid conversation will be over.
Well, hang on now. Maybe we tone it down a notch. Maybe not a lightning bolt then. Just show us anything. Any small display of power, like a cantrip. Make some. I don't know. What's cantrips do you know? Sea swab, like juggle some
Firebolt me.
fucking icicles or something. I don't know.
Fine. I will show you my mastery over the storms.
Sea Swab's gonna like grab this chair right here and like pull it to the end of the table, and he's gonna kick his feet up because he goes, "This is gonna be great."
Ahem. Oh, seas. Oh, water. Oh, lightning and storm. Hear me out. I need you to reign in order to show my evil self that I can do stuff. So, I'm gonna need it to rain, like, real quick, like, right now. No.
That's not really what I asked for, but okay.
Wow, he can turn the sprinklers on.
The sounds of pitter-pattering rain can be heard on the roof.
There, see? I made it rain. All I had to do was ask. Can you make
Yeah,
it
you got
rain?
some slave up there with a hose turned on.
What do you mean? It's perfect command over the storm. Look, rain, stop.
That's perfect command. Perfect command.
There, it stopped. Are you not satisfied?
Here, I have a better idea, actually.
Yeah, let me lightning bolt this guy.
Do you really want to lightning bolt this guy?
I mean, do you not want to see me lightning bolt this guy?
I mean, I don't not want to watch you lightning bolt this guy. But I think we need them to do something. Like, that's, like, we're trying to prove that they can actually do something, right?
Yeah.
Actually, shock it. Go ahead and lightning bolt this fucking guy. Because if Rain can do anything, I know what she'll do. Go for it.
Go on, give me your best shot. Yeah, you see? I'm perfect. You can't hurt me. I have full command over the storm. Lightning listens to me.
The reflection has achieved perfection of the mortal shell and is immune to all forms of damage from non-reflections. A reflection cannot be affected by status changes or spells from other reflections.
Are you satisfied? You blew up a couple bricks in the fireplace.
Rain kind of waves her hand and the bricks fix themselves.
Are you satisfied? You can't harm us. We're better versions of you. We've taken all of your strife, all of your learnings, we've applied it to ourselves.
I'm rereading perfect form and I'm having trouble just like understanding it because of the word reflection and non-reflection being used so many times.
Okay.
A reflection has achieved perfection of the mortal shell and is immune to all forms of damage from non-reflections. I got that.
Mm-hmm.
A reflection, which would be the other versions of us, cannot be affected by stat change or spells from other reflections. So they can't help each other, but they're immune to damage?
Mm-hmm.
Well, my idea didn't work. Anybody else got anything?
Me? Just accept that I'm the better sea swap. And this can all be over.
You're better at being obnoxious, which is actually weird.
Wow. Well, maybe you should just sit and figure it out then.
Bet you don't even know how to read.
I bet you don't even know how to divine information from your enemies.
I'm
Do you
gonna
even
say
know-
that back. I'm gonna say that back, but I'm gonna say using mimicry, but he'll be too stupid to notice.
Hey, who said that? I'm starting to think that you're the more obnoxious one.
You're making me the more obnoxious one with how obnoxious you are.
Not all problems can be solved with a lightning bolt, but most of them can. So instead of just throwing around...
Wayne Doodle, I
the
need
weight-
some artificer knowledge here.
Listen, we can get along. We can sit, break bread, eat. Just be merry. Just accept your fate. You're gonna be here forever.
I would rather lightning bolt myself in the mouth.
Jesus.
Nothing's more entertaining than watching Sea Swab argue with himself.
It's true.
We should sell tickets to this.
Nothing back there, just a small herb garden. Why, does the mundanity of the cabin throw you off a bit? Should I have made something a little more grand?
Well, you didn't make it, so you could be forgiven for its rustic nature.
Thank you. Is that prime rib? Doodle comes up to the table and spears a big piece of steak. I am starving. Everyone continues eating, almost ignoring your presence. Well, do we just wait until they go away?
I don't know.
Kozlo's still eating. He's just very awkward about it.
Let's just watch what they do. If they do anything weird, you can put them on a canoe, send them out in the lake that's full of bombs, and then blow it up.
I like that idea. We won't damage the cabin.
If they get up to anything bad, then, well, Grabella can summon like 10,000 dragons. Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, sorry.
Yeah.
Did we determine if they can hear us when we talk in our telepathically?
They cannot.
Okay, so Steve's gonna be like, they seem to really care about this cabin. Should we maybe burn it down?
No, I don't think we should. I don't think it matters. It's all a nightmare. It's all just made out of dreaming. None of this is real. Even if this was real, even if they were supposedly real, it's still just a facsimile from the whatever fucking morning. That's all this is. That's why they're nightmare stuff. So we have to do something that would force them to display or any kind of realness to expose them. I think that's what we have to do. Or at least that's the only idea that I have.
So we can like ask them stuff that, I mean, what should we ask them then?
I mean, we've asked them an awful lot, and they don't really seem to have terribly satisfactory answers. They are missing a whole lot of things that are supposedly in our past. So we already know that they're not our future selves. But clearly, Mornid is looking for something specific here. I don't know, I could put one of them in a bubble and we could roll them around. That could be funny, but they could also just sit here and refuse to do anything about it and, you know, not care. But we can't hurt them, apparently.
Kozlo, would you pass the butter?
Sure. Oh, that one. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Would you like some buttered rolls, other Kozlo?
Yeah, sure.
There you go. He passes you some very fluffy and fresh golden brown on the top, melty rolls. There you go. Heat up. We have.
Hey, what's underneath that door that's out front? That's roped off.
It's for food storage. We have a cold aspected crystal that we have retrieved from one of Grabella's dragons that keeps everything nice and cold. Don't tell me you're going to steal our sausages.
No. Can I go look?
Of course.
Seaswa, before you leave, is the roll that Kozlo's about to shove in his face also just made out of nightmare fuel?
Seaswap's gonna, like, look over at the roll through his monocle?
It is. All of it is not real. All of these things on the table are just made of nightmare stuff. They have no actual tangibility, though he might think he's eating something delicious, as one dreaming about eating delicious food in a dream is wont to do.
Kozlo's definitely been eating like a ton of stuff this whole time.
Hey, everything is delicious to you. The prime ribs are perfectly seasoned. The rolls are warm and buttery. Everything's
with my monocle on, I'm just gonna kind of do a little pass around the room to see if anything sticks out as being not nightmare fuel.
As you look around, everything is essentially laced with these strands of nightmare. None of this is technically real, as the other rain might think it is. It is all made out of nightmare stuff, though it is formed and twisted together in a vaguely materialistic way. It is all made of nightmare stuff. It is just purposefully materialized into the material plane, giving it some semblance of realism. But the nightmare weaves through it like dark veins. Do you lift up the hatch?
Yes.
Indeed, as you lifted it up, it is an underground food storage area. There are barrels of apples, salt, sausages hanging on racks. In the center of it all, there is a Borean shard that glows blue. It is emanating cold, and it seems to be keeping most of these underground things frozen.
Is the Borean shard made out of nightmare fuel?
It is.
Okay.
So are all of the foodstuffs.
Just gonna walk around, see if I missed anything. There's the pooper.
Everything that you see, the firewood, the well, everything laced with nightmarish corruption. The dark veins pulsing as you get a good look at them. The water, too, is thick with nightmare, almost made entirely of it, not woven in with veins like Rain's cabin. This is a dreaming river. In fact, as you look at it, you don't understand actually what it is actually made of. It is looks like water, but with the monocle on, it glistens. It's almost like too thick and too weird to be water. And it shifts colors as you look at it, but the striations of nightmare still flow through it. See, Swab, as you get closer to the water, your mind starts to wander. You start thinking of what could your future be? Do you want to be a pirate king? Want to rule over the seas with an iron fist? It's the kind of thing that you actually want? You start to feel your mind slip almost into a daydream. You can shake yourself out of it, but the more you think about what your eventual futures could look like, the more real they feel, like you're creating your own future by just imagining it.
Shake myself out of that, but I want to be evil.
It's a very odd and disconcerting feeling, and as you walk away from the water, your own mind becomes stronger and you stop daydreaming so vividly. You can absolutely tell your proximity to the water is changing your flow of thought.
He's not gonna go up to Rand and be like, I think the water is affecting them, us. I think that the water causes, this is what we desire to be. The water makes us, oh my god, I can't talk.
Take a breath, Sea Swab. It's okay.
It's really hitting hard. He's struggling.
The water causes you to think about becoming like this, like the evil versions of us.
Rain, make me an Arcana check. You can continue, Cecil.
It's like, as I stood and stared at the water that's not really water, it's like nightmare lava. I started like daydreaming that I was becoming shit for brains over here. So do you know how fucking taxes work?
Rain, you've seen quote unquote water like this, dreaming. It's not water, it is the flow of consciousness.
So when they say they want us to accept what we are, they probably mean we need to go out into the water. Accept them as who we should be, anyway. So maybe we don't do that.
Yeah, if you step into the water, into the flow of consciousness, you most likely will cease to exist. You'll just become another memory.
Rain's gonna try something.
Sure.
Rain is going to sit up on this crate and she's going to dream.
Fun. Okay. Rain, you shut your eyes and begin to lose yourself in a trance. When you open your eyes, you see your real friends standing around and looking expectant, except for Kozlo, who's apparently stuffing his face full of buttered rolls and prime rib. The rest of the beings that seem to be you are made of nothing else except the stuff of nightmares. They are swirling humanoid shapes, vaguely looking like you, but made of stars, ether, darkness. In fact, the entire house, everything that you look at, you see exactly what Sea Swamp sees. Facsimiles, created from the dreaming, but reinforced with nightmare. Whatever these beings are using, their power is directly derived from the nightmare. As you surmised.
Rain is going to try and use the aspects of the spell to alter it. Actually reach out and shape it.
What are you trying to shape?
I want Rain's nose, Queen of Arctis. I want her nose to grow like 4 inches straight out. And like big donkey ears shift over her pointy elf ears.
The rest of you that are not dreaming, that are currently just watching, Rain's, the Queen of Arctis's nose bulges slightly, and she claps a hand over her nose, and then her ears begin to slightly change shape. And she claps a hand over her ears, and she thinks, or she says, what is happening? She like looks at her hand, like touches
and all
her
that
ears.
starts coming out is like clucking.
Kozlo, for the first time, puts down the food that he's been eating.
A smile creeps over Rain's dreaming face.
I don't know what is happening, but it's funny.
Pirate King Sea Swab is going to slowly start shrinking down into a pigeon and just sit there on the stool, pecking away.
The tiny Pirate King Sea Swab begins to pluck around on the floor, pecking his beak into the wood and flapping around a little bit.
Over the telepathic bond, does anybody have any requests?
Can you kill him?
Other Kozlo is looking at Kozlo.
What's happening?
I don't know.
Yeah, pass me the butter.
I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't know if this food is what's doing that.
Oh,
The
you think we should stop eating it?
I'm gonna stop eating it.
I'm gonna stop eating it too.
the last strand of hair on fake Kozlo's head is going to light like a fuse and sizzle down until it gets to his head, and then his head's going to explode into confetti. Comically, not gruesomely.
Hey, what's that sound? Ah! Oh, that was weird.
Does he still have a head?
He does.
We're just gonna...
I'll be over here.
Rain tries to speak, and she frowns and waves a hand around. Rain, you are suddenly snapped out of the dreaming. As Pirate King Sea Swab returns to his normal shape, And Kozlo's head is no longer being showered with confetti. All right, enough parlor tricks. Yes, we get it. You have some minor control over the dreaming.
Right.
But not
you
as
shouldn't
realized
be part
as
of
me.
dreaming. You're not a dream. You're not made of dream stuff, right?
Correct.
And yet, I had control over you.
And do you now? Rather than showering everyone with various parlor tricks, why don't you just show me that you're better than me?
How would you propose I do that?
How
You
about...
are, after all, a reflection.
I am, but I am the best version of... I've amassed quite a daunting amount of arcane knowledge. And I would probably be considered the most powerful wizard in Arctis. I'm not interested in any sort of arcane duel. I could just banish you to another plane of existence. Perhaps you could stimulate me in another way. Intellectually, perhaps.
Bro, oh,
There it is.
Oh.
Does she have Lucaris's scale anywhere on her?
Oh, she does. It's on her arm.
Hmm.
If you think
Fine.
you're so good, and you think that you are just better than me, prove it. Not with might, but with your brains.
I don't think there's any strategy here. And I Okay. Sure.
You see what's in chat, right?
Yeah, I see it. But I also see the thing above.
Yeah.
And like, literally no chance. So,
Unless... It seems like they're all overconfident working as a group. Perhaps you could get them alone.
sure. All right.
Go on, I'm waiting. If you're the saviors of Arctis that you claim to be, then surely you can defeat me in a battle of wits.
All right. How about we come in here and how about something interesting? How about a recitation of Arctis's history?
Something so easy will not be a challenge. Fine. I thought you were going to at least ask me about my herb garden.
Seaswap, why don't you show me how you made it rain outside?
Probably not an herb garden, to be honest.
I just willed it to be.
Yeah, but can you like show me? Like all I could do was hear it on the roof. I couldn't see it.
Oh. Yeah, of course. Well, you just want to see the rain.
Well, yeah, show me what else you can do.
Fine. We will go up to rain first. All right. So why are we in here again?
I'm dreadfully embarrassed.
Oh, well, fine. At least have a seat. I'll pour us some tea. Grabs the teapot and begins pouring you a hot cup of mint tea.
Lovely. Rain doesn't touch it.
I know it's mundane, but at least I can show you some sort of dignity while you're here. I do admit it's been lovely reminiscing about the past with myself, but I'm eager for you to leave.
I honestly agree with you. I am very eager to leave.
And so, what was it you wanted to do? Recite knowledge of Arctis?
Tell me how the snow came to Arctis.
Oh, well. She begins reciting the tale of Verticula and the necromancers and the moat of spell plague. She's missing some key details, though, some that come much more readily to you. Are you doing a history check?
Yeah, my thinking was history is something that I'm not explicitly good at, therefore she should not be explicitly good at it, but I have Lucaris's scale that I am attuned to, and I get advantage on it as a result.
So she has Lucaris's scale, but it is just made of nightmare stuff. It probably doesn't function.
So that's the only thing that's like not a straight 50-50, I think, or she's just straight better than me at. That was my thinking. So yeah, trying to
history is
on a history
intelligence
check, I guess.
It's intelligence based, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
And that's that. Thessapulcanus ascended, and the Fang of Tiamat managed to damage Arctis and introduce the slow into his very veins. Make me a history check.
Oh,
woof!
That rolled 3 times.
You did not roll with advantage.
I don't roll with advantage?
No. Oh, it just didn't show with advantage. I guess you rolled twice. Okay.
Yeah.
12 and an 8. Okay.
It's 12, 19, and an 8 is what showed up on mine for some reason. But because it like just rolled a bunch.
And well, that's that. Rain, she has missed very key details. Do you wish to point out her failings?
There's very little that Rain likes more than pointing out somebody else's mistakes.
That's ridiculous. I have perfect knowledge of the history of Arctis. In fact, you could say I'm an expert on it. I have seen everything that there is to know about Arctis, and whoop, disappears.
Oh, thank God, I was so tired of hearing myself talk. Look at me, look at me. I am the queen now.
So, how'd it go?
I'm afraid that dear queen was pulled away for something very important, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, she does that. Sometimes disappears, reappears. Who knows?
Over the bond, I think we have to defeat them in some one-on-one challenge. For me, it was besting her intellect.
Seaswab was going to be like, this guy's an idiot. This should be pretty easy. Famous last words.
Ah. Meanwhile, outside.
Might be different per one. I don't know. Like, probably something you're good at.
I don't like the answer to that.
Maybe you just have to bench press like Gabetta. I bet you could do that.
Hey, can I pick you up? I just want to see how big I can.
Like the
I recommend doing it away from the others, though. They seem to have some benefit when they're consolidated.
Yeah, let's go outside.
Are we gonna lift something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seaswab,
Go ahead.
PK, show me how you do that storm thing.
Well, I just will it to be. You want me to just make it rain again?
Can you make it foggy?
Sure. Oh. All right, it's pretty foggy. There, are you happy?
Oh my god, I went blind!
I don't know what to do.
There, are you satisfied? I made it rain.
I feel like you need to either be more of an accountant than he is, or
Seaswab, if you could see him, it might be easier to gain some additional insight.
Okay. Enough with the fog. Let's clear this out real quick.
Oh, now you don't like the fog. Okay.
No, the fog is good. I like the fog. I'm a fan of the fog. But I want to see...
Fog be gone.
Listen. The weather thing, A+.
Thank you.
We're not just the weatherman. We're the contracts guy.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see a contract of yours. I want to see how you structure it.
Seaswab, make me an insight check. I don't know why I'm not seeing your rolls in chat, but what did that come out as?
Did anybody else see it? It's a 21.
No.
I see it.
That's weird that Rain's been able to see mine, and I can see his.
I can see Rain's, I just can't see yours.
Yeah, it was a 21.
Well, Pirate King Seaswab has achieved the best version of himself by perfecting his command over the storms. He has full control over every resource that attempts to enter or leave Arctis. He can only be defeated if the real Seaswab can challenge and defeat him in any charisma-based skill roll of Seaswab's choosing.
Charisma-based skill roll.
So you're totally done with the shows of power? You sure you don't want to see anything else? Maybe snow?
No.
I could do snow.
No. Where do I have this charisma-based? Hold on.
You gonna keep me out here all day?
I don't know where I have this charisma-based. Hold on. Give me a second.
Persuasion, deception.
Okay. Oh.
There's not actually a whole lot.
Here we go. See, tell me what you think about this. And Seaswab's going to turn his back, and I'm going to scribble a contract in what looks like his writing was my writing that says I'm the better version of Seaswab than him. And it's going to have his fake signature on it. I'll get back to him.
Are you trying to do sleight of hand?
No. I want him to
forgery?
see me. I'm trying to do forgery. I want him to see me, like, write a contract out, and I want him to think that he signed it, even though he watched me do it.
You might have to convince him of that. It might be.
Like gaslight.
Are you going to do deception?
Yes.
Okay, you turn your back to the other sea swab. You'll have to tell me what you rolled.
15.
What is that? I could absolutely write a better contract than that. It's all messy. You didn't even write on the lines.
No, you wrote this.
There's absolutely no way I wrote such a sloppy contract. I mean, look at all the clauses you got wrong. Even this particular one, right? He disappears. Grabella, your reflection is outside. Yeah. What are we doing?
I want to pick you up.
Oh, that's easy.
Uppies.
I like uppies. But why are you gonna pick me up?
You know, I just want to see how big you get. I get at where's your heart?
She lifts up her arms.
Go ahead.
Oh, I did not mean to pickpocket myself.
I turned that keybind off. I have no idea how you're still doing this.
Oh wow, not a great athletics roll for once in my life.
She's significantly more dense than you thought her to be.
Whee! Alright, my turn.
Yeah.
She lifts you up off the ground easily with one hand.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Looks like I'm the strongest.
Yep. Yeah, I should have expected that.
You will have to do
What
a
do I
different
do?
ability check.
Well,
What
that
was
was
that?
fun.
You'll have to do a different ability check, something other than athletics.
Yeah. Grabella's gonna ask over the mind link what she should do.
Other Grabella,
Yeah.
you ever wonder what it's like to remember stuff?
Grabella kind of makes a face at this.
Everybody says I do a really good job and I'm really strong. But I forget who they are if I die. Is that bad? They're always there to remind me that I'm a hero and I've done some really cool stuff. But I don't know if they've been lying to me. You think your friends would lie to me?
We've done some good stuff and we've done some bad stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
Makes me feel better when I'm around Rain. He always tells me what to do.
It's good sometimes, but sometimes we gotta think for ourselves.
I don't know.
She starts going back inside.
Yeah, I have no idea what to do.
Do you have to beat her in a strength check? Is that what you have to do? I didn't actually.
She does not know because she hasn't incited her reflection yet.
Oh.
I am the worst at inciting, so.
Well, someone that's
I
good
guess-
at it could do it for you.
Yes, that is what I am asking for, both suggestions and somebody to insight for me.
Rain narrows her eyes at other Grabella.
The forgetful Grabella comes back in. She's achieved her best version of herself by fully ascending into a powerful red dragon. With the blessing of Arctis, she commands his children as the empress of all dragons of the land. She can only be defeated if the real Grabella can challenge and defeat her in any strength-based skill roll of Grabella's choosing.
I was correct. I just
I think there's only one strength skill, and that's athletics. So, unless it's strength attribute, you could, I don't know, do like an arm wrestling contest or something, an attack roll against her, maybe? Because you use strength for that? I don't know.
You can do contested strength rolls. She just can't do specifically something extremely athletic again.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no other strength skills, so that would be my only guess. Something like that, maybe. Maybe grab one of the artificers who still have some flashes left in them.
Bella lifted me up.
Or rage might help you. Like, I don't know if rage helps you.
It would, but I don't know. I am unconfident on what I would like to do here, so I would like to pass it off to somebody else to give it a go while I think it over.
You have very limited options. You have to challenge her in something strength related, so you can think of anything that would require you to be strong. Arm wrestling is a good option, but you would have to go back inside and challenge her, and probably out of line of sight of the other reflections.
Yeah, and Kozlo is still in there, so I'm gonna toss it to Kozlo while I give it a think. I also IRL need to run to the restroom, which is why I'm having trouble thinking, so I'll be right back.
Well, this has all been very, very interesting, but I'm going to go back into my lab and make sure I fix up the thrusters. Oh, hey, C-Swap.
Oh, hello. As Grand Artificer Wingdoodle walks by, I want to insight check him.
Sure. Nope.
Hey, Wangdoodle, you might want to go follow other Wangdoodle and, I don't know, give him some tips.
Oh, yeah, sure. He probably went out to his shed. I'll see what I can find.
By give him some tips, I mean, give him the clamps.
Little this, little that, by the clamp.
I'm not sure that your understanding of that phrase meets my understanding of that phrase. But I think I understand what you mean. It's fine. I'll take care of it.
Oh, hey, temporally displaced me.
Okay, so what's actually going on here?
Well, we're finishing up the last parts of the schematic of the Spelljammer. Requires a couple very important parts. 1, being the helm. 2, being a power source. And 3, well, making it big. We're working on the power source. We just have a very, potent crystal, you know, with the whole resonance of Tiamat in it.
Okay, yep, sure, that's fine. But if you're actually me, then you know I'm really gonna ask you why it is that you just decided to disappear on the slow. That was a near infinite source of energy and power.
Oh, we didn't
Especially since
disappear on it. We just put it in its own little bubble. You know, a protective little, like a core. You know, like. Okay, here. He grabs a piece of paper off of the table here. He picks up a pen. Okay, you remember when we had the Ascendant and we went underwater, right?
Yeah.
I assume the Audacity. Sorry, that was a geo mistake. Okay, so ship and then bubble around ship. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, remove ship, and you got bubble, right? Bubble's just a container with a fragile outside. Okay, but what if the bubble was made of something a little stronger, something that the slow couldn't really chew through? Had to be 1, non-magic, and 2, tough enough in order to contain the slow. What kind of materials do you think would be, you know, available for that?
Do you even remember how the whole bubble thing was even possible?
Oh yeah.
Like, what do you actually remember about the systems on the Audacity?
Well, everything was rerouted through Lucaris and the demonic crystal on board. We had to redirect power from the weapon systems to the defenses. But, as you said, the slow is an infinitely regenerating, potentially, source of power.
But the ship didn't generate the bubble.
No, but the slow
was the
generates its own
Artificer
power.
The slow does generate its own power, but we were hired on to find a way to help, get them out of the shard, sure.
Yeah,
Right? But we also know that the slow is an infinite source of power. It's an infinite source of fuel because unless somehow you found the magic way of actually containing it and stopping it, which, spoiler alert for you, I haven't quite figured that one out yet. Okay? But it's an infinite source of power. I don't understand why you would ever leave an infinite source of power just because you said you found another source of power. It doesn't make any sense.
It was conflict
Not to
of
mention the fact that Soulcraft is inherently a zero-sum game.
It was conflict of interest with Rain. Not using the slow and stuff. I had to work overtly. Yeah. He draws a little picture of a castle on top of on the edge of the ocean. Okay, here's Maginox, right? You remember Maginox, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, underneath you got Vicaris, yeah?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, and then a little ways that you got Magmara, yeah?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so what do those two, at least the underground places, have in common? They both live right next to lava.
Leyland.
And
Well, yeah, the lava.
Yeah.
Still, they have Leyland, yeah.
Right. So, what's the best thing about containing lava?
I mean, yeah, you get geothermal heat. Yeah, sure. No, none of this makes sense. I mean, honestly, I don't want to say this because I want to give myself a lot more credit than this. You sound like as if Morris was determined to write the future of me. Like, nothing about what you're saying is making sense to me at all.
Okay, he crosses out Vicaris.
Your words are making sense. Your words are making sense. But nothing about this sounds anything like you sound as though we're taking all the plans that we have for what we need to do and just saying, how about we take our problems and push them somewhere else? That's not our job.
Well, that's exactly what I did.
Our job is not when we see a wall to walk away from the wall. We break the wall. That's our job. It's always been our job. It's always going to be our job.
Well, at least in this case, that is absolutely not what we did. Well, you see, we used a combination of two things. The knowledge of Kozlo's ability to manipulate the ley lines, and the ability of the Magmarans to essentially terraform the Earth. So what we did is we created, he draws like a line down the map, channels. And we diverted the dead ley lines, from Arctis, and we created little channels for the slow to all coalesce on one point. And there's only really one good place for the slow to both coalesce and for us to keep access to it. And he points to Magmara. Right here. Right, Magmara. He taps
You're
it
the
a few
chief
times.
artificer because you're the only one left, aren't you?
Well, it might have been a little, just a tiny bit of a war crime, possibly. Listen, so we filled Magmara with the slow, and then we utilized the additional power sources that were generated by the slow's incursion all to one single central place, and then we encapsulated it in its own juices. And
Ew.
well, now Magmara is some uninhabitable wasteland that we could potentially access. It's far enough away from other places where Rain isn't going to really pay attention to it, and nobody really cared about Magmara anyway. And we could visit it any time. Plus, all the slow is there. We just put it in a nice protected bubble. It can't get out. I mean, sure, we've got a host of, power sources
making sure that all of the terraformed rock around the big pool of slow doesn't deteriorate in any way, but other than that, yeah, we've got a nice big, heckin' big chamber of slow in a big circular rock formation deep underneath the ground. All of it. All the slow. We just diverted it, redirected it, and concentrated it in one place. What could possibly go wrong?
I find your statements and your theories to be unfounded.
It's theoretically working. I mean, since we couldn't get rid of the slow, we had to make sure that at least it kind of looked like the slow was gone, at least to make Rain happy. And for all intents and purposes, it is gone. It's just all pooled in one spot. Surrounded by souls and encapsulated in a giant marble of obsidian in Magmara. Where there are no more people. You're looking at me like I have committed a war crime, which is fine, but it was all in the name of science.
I'm proud of that. The lack of the complete lack of documentation, the testing about the exposure to slow to the Magmarans, or what the potential genetic, variances could do in terms of resistances or weaknesses.
Oh, we tested that. We tested all that. They all died. Sacrifice in the name of progress.
Okay, they all died, but where are the notes? Where are the labs? Where are the vivisection? You have nothing.
I can't keep notes because of Rain. If Rain gets her hands on them, then she'll know that we didn't actually destroy the slow. We just put it all in one spot.
And it doesn't make any sense. I mean, honestly, Wangdoodle's just getting more and more exasperated at the fact that everything sounds so incredibly half-assed. It's like you couldn't even follow through entirely on the war crimes. If you're gonna just wipe out an entire civilization, you have to torture at least 20% of them just to figure out what happens when you torture them. But you didn't even do that. You just decided to relocate slow, which means you found a way. You found a way to transport it for a slow carrying aqueduct that didn't dissolve everything that it touched.
Yeah, the dead ley lines. They were already dead.
Find a way to contain it. No.
Put it in a bunch of rock.
This sounds like you even tried.
Over the bond.
This sounds like
Hey,
you tried.
Wangdoodle, how's it going making other Wangdoodle evaporate?
I am furious with myself because myself is an idiot.
I think that's the opposite of what you're supposed to do.
But we did document the effect on the Magmarans, though. Well, I mean, obviously some of them died. Many of them lost the connection to magic and the elements. In fact, they became just particularly mundane. No ability to use magic. Not even crossing into the plane of Earth.
I'm sorry, you still didn't really answer my question. So is that a yes, he's evaporated?
Unfortunately, no, because I'm still not entirely sure exactly what he's trying to do. And that's very unsettling for me.
Okay. Beat.
You don't seem very satisfied with this resolution of the slow. I thought you always wanted to utilize it.
But you're not utilizing it. That's the entire reason I'm mad.
I gotta do it under the around Rain. She's an all-powerful wizard and queen of Arctis.
But Rain's known. You're just full of lies. She's known about the slow thrower forever. What do you mean?
Yeah. She's okay with
what do you actually mean?
He kind of pulls you aside. Listen, after we find some horribly uninhabited or perhaps irredeemable other planet in the cosmos, we take the giant marble of slow and we put it there. Done. Problem solved.
No, you are a sham and shouldn't even be allowed to be called Artificer. You are an absolute sham.
Damn. We utilized the Orion shards that Grabella's dragon army can produce at will. And in order,
I refuse to be associated with you. I refuse any concept of being associated with you at all. You are simply an image and name only. This is terrible work. I would not stand for this.
Would you sit for it?
I'm considering it, but honestly, no. At this time, no.
I like that it got a free reflection insight check out of all of that.
Make me an Arcana check, Wangdoodle. I challenge your perception on this. Imagine if we moved it to a different planet and gave that planet its own unique power source with the slow. The slow isn't necessarily infinite power, just destroys magic and kind of turns it into its own separate element.
No, you're just repeating the same process of introducing a volatile element into a pre-existing ecosystem. That's all you're doing. You're just making things worse.
The best thing about science is that we can make so many things somebody else's problem. Utilizing the dead channels of the
science is, though, is if you get an experiment and you have an idea and you do an experiment and the experiment shows you you're wrong, you can't just keep doing experiments until one of them says you're right.
But don't be ridiculous. We can absolutely do
there. You are a sham. You are nothing.
I am nothing.
I'm taking that goose idea though. That goose model, I like that idea. I'm taking that.
The reflection disappears. I'm so full!
You did not deserve the goose of consequence.
Kozlo will attempt to incite other Kozlo. This is going to go exactly how I expected it to.
Well, I think I put on at least 5 to 10 pounds.
Hey, let's go take a shit.
Yeah, it sounds great. I've never pooped with somebody else before.
Well, that's a lie.
Wait, who did we poop with?
Yes.
Oh. At every opportunity. This is nice. So, Kozlo.
Yeah?
You ever go back to Rascal's Reef?
You mean Kozlo's Reef?
What do you mean?
Oh, I took it over. It's mine now.
Really?
Yeah. After Pa did the whole thing with... Wait, hold on a second. After Pa did the whole thing with sending Ma down there...
Oh.
God, I ate way too much cheese.
God, this prime rib is just not passing. It won't come out.
Are you guys preparing to make a contested bowel check? Is that what's about to happen?
See, the problem with this situation is that Kozlo, like evil alternate universe Kozlo and current good universe Kozlo, they're just the same person.
I disagree strongly. They're similar, but fundamentally there are slight changes that make our Kozlo much more tolerable.
Those slight changes, though, are almost exclusively due to Kozlo being around the rest of the party.
Oh, sure.
Like, he's just very much a goes with whatever the room is about sort of thing.
So when we put him with evil Kozlo in the shitter, are you saying that he gets a little bit more evil?
I'm saying that both of us just become true neutral.
I believe it's called amoral.
Yeah.
You know what? Oh, well, from what I remember, Mom died.
No, that's not true.
Oh, she dead.
Nah, literally, I saw it just a minute ago.
That's crazy. She doing all right?
Yeah, doing great. I had a reminder that I'm not a waste of a skin, but that's it was just this whole other thing.
Oh, yeah, we didn't really ever go back to Rascal's Reef. Never heard from
Probably shoulda.
Mom again. It's just too busy creating an empire.
I mean, that's what I've been doing with it.
I thought it was just a bunch of flotsam and jetsam out on the open ocean.
Oh, you.
God, speaking of jetsam.
Pants down, walks over to stare at other Kozlo in the face.
Guys, you can't poop when you're watching.
What? Yes, you can! You've done this!
Why is it so odd? It's like looking in a mirror. Very judgmental mirror.
But you're telling me that you don't understand how a bunch of flotsam out of the middle of nowhere that just so happens to be near all the shipping lanes is of strategic value?
He stops and thinks.
Wait a minute. It actually became something? More than just two planks tied together with some rope and a prayer?
Well, it was where a bunch of us was living, but aside from that, yeah, it gets ships going through there all the time. It's kind of a little way station. Laying a lot of good intel on that.
I guess the grass is really greener where you water it.
A lot of things getting a lot greener in the room right now.
It's gonna be excellent fertilizer. Oh, God. I seriously should not have eaten 5 pounds of prime rib.
I'm crying.
It's gotta hurt.
Listen, since I don't have anything to read, can you tell me about Ma?
Sure, yeah. As strong-spirited as ever. She's real proud of us. At least, my version is. We did real good. Saved her from this asshole that put her down in an underwater area. Also, Pa's still around, but he got exiled back to muck home. We throw him back in the muck.
Oh, yeah, that's probably for the best. Get the mosquitoes and suck all the muck out of him, if you get my drift.
Yeah, something like that.
Man.
Kozlo, make me a history check.
It's real nice that you came out and found Ma, and you made things right. I just feel like I just spent my life avoiding shit. Here I am, shitting.
Oh, I also avoid the hell out of some shit. You should hear about this time I blew up an entire underground den of thieves or whatever the fuck it was. Just because I owed them some money. Also, they were doing a little bit of slavery, but it was mostly the money thing.
Oh, yeah, you gotta get something out of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Oh, man. We went to
You're gonna get me something out of something. I'm gonna get some more out of me.
Yes.
You hear one last pained groan.
No!
No!
And then there is silence.
You good over there, buddy?
Nothing answers.
Just one last little bloop.
That's one plop.
Good.
Nothing left.
Wasn't any toilet paper in the other stall.
Nothing left but the stench of defeat.
Kozlo grabs the toilet paper that was in the other stall, and there was none in this one.
Meanwhile, the last reflection remains.
Yeah, right. Arm wrestle.
Oh, I love arm wrestling. Yeah, let me get on the other side.
Oh, I can scooch over. Here you go.
Yeah, right.
She kind of looks at Wang Doodle like, I just want to get this over with, so help me.
Hey, C-Swab, I beat the shit out of my other me by out-shitting him.
Oh, God.
What?
Can I get an assist?
Grabella, what did you roll? I can't see your roll, sorry.
A 14.
Okay.
Oh, 14? Yeah, I can do that.
I haven't struggle busting on rolls today. I didn't neg my dice enough.
You feel yourself losing initially to Grabella's arm wrestling as you clasp hands and look at each other across the table.
I wish I remembered more stuff. You look
It's okay.
happy.
That's because I, got a girlfriend, made some friends, did some things.
Yeah, they told me I had a girlfriend once. Real nice and pretty.
Yeah, we ate lots of pasta together.
I wish.
And as she arm wrestles you and you slam her arm into the table with a resounding boom!
I just didn't think it'd be fair to her if I didn't remember any of the things that we experienced together. No? Always too scared to go back and say, hey, my name is Rebella and I'm,
She disappears.
Holy shit!
Kozlo has a little bit of toilet paper stuck to his shoe.
You good?
Oh yeah, I shit my other me.
What?
I was gonna say I beat my other me in a shitting contest, but you know what? Let's go with what I accidentally said instead.
I had so many questions that I actually don't think I wanted answered.
Please don't ask if anything.
You all suddenly find yourself back in the Ice Library archive. The illusion is shattered, and you've triumphed over your various reflections. The truth is revealed, and these nightmares, woven from, potentially loosely from the threads of hope, and intertwined with nightmarish lies, are no match for when they are faced with the truth. Mornet nods in approval.
For a moment I didn't think you would make it out of there. Congratulations. You have triumphed over the stages of grief. And now, Vanix cannot use this against you. Well done.
For now, that is where we will end the session. Sorry, we went a little bit long. Apologies to Wangdoodle. I know he had to take off right after that, but that is it for Arctis for today, as the Gauntlet of Grief is done. And instead of accepting a twisted fate, you proved to your reflections that you are greater than what they had become. And now the acceptance was within yourselves all along, as you stuck with the truth. Well done. Well done.
So, canonically, Kozlo has now shit someone to death.
Crew that shits together sticks together. That's what I
did
always
that
say.
in a game once, and it was the best thing I ever did.
Excuse me?
I was playing a mad scientist in this space game. I forget what the name of the TRPG is, but
And you shit someone to death.
I had a syringe gun, and my character made random drugs. So he had a table that and I would shoot the gun, and one of the syringes made somebody shit themselves.
That makes more sense. So you made somebody else shit themselves to death. I guess what I was getting at is Kozlo literally himself shit someone to death.
I want a game of battle shits.
Yeah, I honestly though, like, I'm impressed that also you independently shit someone to death. I love it.
Remember, if you ever gotta go through all the stages of depression, just finish it off with a nice shit.
And an arm wrestle.
And some arm wrestling.
Wow.
I'm so sad. I gotta go take a shit.
I feel better after I poop. I don't know about you.
Oh man. My
All right,
whole
everybody.
face hurts.
That is it for Arctis for today. Thank you all for coming and triumphing over the Gauntlet of Grief. Only death remains. And we will face it
That's
next week.
That's a grim message.
It should be. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for showing up. And I will see you for a very, very exciting session next week. We're looking forward to it.
Yay.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.
Yeah.
I'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Bye.
Like,
All right. And that is it for Arctis today. Whoa. Well, I was expecting them to, take all of the reflections and kind of like separate them and then, triumph over them in their own ways. And I guess they did. Was not expecting Kozlo to take his reflection in the outhouse. But that's just, you know what? That's cinema. I cannot even right now. We took him to the shitter. And then they had a nice, meaningful talk on the toilet. It's like going to the cubicle with your coworker, and for some reason you decide to just talk it out while you guys are simultaneously pooping. Except he looked him in the eye when he was doing it. Oh my god. Arctis, everybody. Arctis. I'm crying, laughing. I had to mute myself a couple times. Holy crap. Oh my god. I did not know the Gauntlet of Grief was going to end with Kozlo outshitting his opponent. You know what? That's just good D&D. And for more good D&D, you can subscribe to our YouTube over at ArctisDD. We are a very small channel, and your subscriptions are greatly appreciated. Costs nothing. Very free. Go check us out. All of our VODs are there. And when Goblin with a Fat Ass is done, we will have a special section just for Goblin with a Fat Ass. And you can watch all of the episodes in a row. We'll just release them all at once, like a Netflix special. Watch our shorts and our funny moments over on Play Arctis on TikTok, Twitter, Blue Sky. Give us a follow. And I'm your DM, Zarina. Hey. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you all hanging out for the I out-pooped my opponent. You know what? We're just gonna let that fly. Gothic Medic, thanks for hanging out. You mean to hear what's up, etc. What's going on? Lebo, hey. Thanks everybody for watching. I appreciate you all. We will be back next week with the potential conclusion of the Great Ice Library. Death comes for us all. And hopefully our party will live to tell the tale. We will be back next week, Monday, 6:00 p.m. Pacific. Thank you for watching. Thanks for being here. Love you all. Have a wonderful evening. I'll see you next time.